that you see this, please state your name in full and spell your last name for the court's record.
Dennis Sidney West, W-E-S-T.
Go ahead, Councilman.
Good morning, Mr. West.
Good morning.
Do you know Kevin West?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know him?
He is my son.
Is that him sitting right there?
That is him sitting there.
Mr. West, where did you live when Mr. West was born?
In Eugene, Oregon.
And that's where the kids were born and raised?
Yes.
And who were you married to at the time?
Lori Wollenweber.
And that's her name now?
That's her name now is Lori Jensen, then Lori West.
All right. And so you lived in Eugene. When did you start living in Eugene?
1960, I was brought from Cody, Wyoming, with my parents.
And then you got married to Lori, had kids?
Correct.
And how long did you stay in Eugene?
Till 1989.
What happened
We divorced Lori, and then decided to travel across the country. I was a critical care RN, and I wanted to work elsewhere and see what life was like.
Okay. And so, where did you end up living after that? Or where do you live now?
I live in Bend, Oregon right now.
And over the years, now sounds like you've been gone for a number of years, right?
Correct.
Have you maintained contact with Kevin?
Yes, frequently.
How do you have contact?
Well, phone, we go hunting, fishing, of course, talking on the phone all the time regarding just about anything and everything. We just have got a very close relationship.
Do you know who Marcy is?
Yes, I do.
When did you first meet Marcy?
I met Marcy in 2000.
And what were the circumstances?
I was getting married to my wife, we are now divorced. Gay. Her name was Gay, G-A-Y.
All right. And so Marcy came to your wedding?
Yes.
And how was she introduced to you at the time?
Just Marcy. This is Marcy.
Okay. What was the relationship to Kevin at the time?
I believe that they were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time.
Okay. Did you go to their wedding?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember when that was roughly?
Well, it was quite a few years ago. I know it was in the spring, I believe.
And now, you're where they got married, they had kids.
Yes.
Do you know who the kids are?
Yes.
Who are they?
Ted and Megan.
Have you had a lot of contact
Oh,
with them?
yeah. They're my dreams.
And so, were you familiar with the house they lived in last, the Washudo house?
Yes, very familiar.
How many times have you been there?
I couldn't tell you how many. A lot.
Did you, over the years, did you get to know Marcy very well?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Were you close?
She'd always give me a hug when I left or when I arrived, and come anytime.
And so when you would go to their house, would you stay overnight?
Yes, I would.
Do you know about when they moved into that house?
Oh, I can't remember.
How many years do you think they lived there? Let's try that.
I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 years.
Okay. So maybe in your recollection, moved in there about 2017, 2018, something
Yeah,
like that?
somewhere.
And how often would you stay overnight there?
Usually I would stay there for 2 or 3 days. Drive back and forth from Bend was long. So usually come over on the Friday, go home Sunday.
And from the time they moved there till the time they moved out, you would, I think I asked you how often you stayed there. You described the length. Did you stay once a year or twice a year? How many times a year did you stay?
Multiple times. Usually whenever I went hunting, I would stay there, and we went hunting every year together. It'd be 2 or 3 nights sometimes.
Okay. So, and again, would it be like every month, every other month? What do you think?
Usually, at least once or twice a month, I'd be there.
Okay. For a couple nights each time?
Correct.
When was the last time you stayed there? I mean, before Marcy passed.
Okay, it would have been in probably September, just before we went hunting, or we were gonna go
September 2023?
to, right.
Were you able to observe, I guess, kind of the nature of their relationship?
Yes, it had become a little not as open or anything. Kevin would try and give her kisses on the cheek, but she did that most of their married life. She didn't like outward motion at all. She just didn't. That was her demeanor. But sometimes we would leave without saying goodbye. We just said it's okay that she's doing her thing. And she'd be looking, 9 times out of 10, she loved the computer and would be watching what the kids were doing, their schoolwork, what they had plans. She was a hell of a planner. I mean, she knew exactly what was going on with Megan and Ted.
Now, this relationship, you said it wasn't as open. How would you? Was it a good? I mean, how would you describe it? Is it a good relationship or not so good? What do you say?
It was congenial. It was no. I never saw him having a fight in front of me. I did. The only thing I did notice is that there wasn't as much touching. But then again, when I did notice the touching, it caught my eye, and I thought, "Oh, that's great," you know. But we'd go out on the deck, and all 3 of us, including the kids, were just sitting in it, mostly in the summer, of course. After working in the yard, have a beer, or she would always have her Pepsi. She loved Pepsi, and we just sit there and talk for a while.
Now, the last time you stayed there, where did you sleep?
I always slept in the guest room,
Do you remember
which
that?
is right across from their room.
Okay. So you go up the hallway.
Go up the stairways, and there was the first bedroom on the right.
And would you be aware of where they slept?
Oh yes,
And where did they sleep?
directly across from that bedroom. They always had their door cracked about this much, basically for animals to come and go.
All right. And so, were you ever aware of a time when you were there where they were not sleeping in the same room?
No.
How did you hear about Marcy passing?
I got a call from Kevin Valines at 7:30 in the morning on the day she passed, which was the 8th, if my numbers are right. And he told me that don't know what happened, that she had a seizure in bed, that Kevin...
Objection, hearsay.
Staying. So Kevin Valines called you up about 7:30 in the morning and told you.
And told me, correct.
And you knew Kevin Valines?
Yes, I did.
How did you know him?
We went hunting every year, hiked into the wilderness area east of town, and we went to Idaho for 2 weeks, about every 2 years for 13, 14, 15 years.
Oh, okay. And friends of Kevin's, I take it?
Yes.
And besides you and Kevin and other Kevin, who else would go if anybody?
To hunting?
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty would go. We had a tremendous relationship with all of us enjoying and hunting, and we'd hike together into the woods, into the mountains of Idaho. So we did it together. We enjoyed each other's company very much.
I'm going to kind of go back just a little bit. In the time you've known Kevin, we all kind of know our kids. Was he kind of a messy kid, a tidy kid? How would you describe
Objection,
him?
relevance.
Stay.
When you went to the house, did you eat there?
Yes,
Who cooked?
Kevin,
Every time?
every time.
Did you see anybody cleaning in the house?
Yes,
Who did the cleaning?
Kevin.
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Let the answer stand.
So you get the notice from Kevin Valines. Where were you at the time?
With Kevin DeLions?
No,
Oh,
when Kevin called you at
I was in
7:30
Bend, Oregon.
Bend, Oregon, okay. And did you have any contact with your son Kevin that day?
Yes, I called Kevin on his phone. I talked to Scotty, who was driving Kevin to get his daughter, and he said he wasn't able to talk.
Objection, hearsay.
I'll leave the answer to stand now, but don't relate things that other people said.
Okay,
So you said that he was on his way to Seattle. Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay. And how was he on the phone? How was he emotionally? Describe his emotions.
Basically, crying, distraught. I can't talk. And I said, okay, I'll call you later.
Did you see him like that before?
No, not like that.
So you had the phone call with him, and what did you do after that? I mean, with regard to Kevin and the situation, what did you do after that?
Well, I contemplated whether or not I was going to drive up there. I knew that there were some storms coming in, and I have to be careful. I believe it was about 1 o'clock. I decided I was going to drive to see Kevin, and I took off to Washougal, went over Sandy Am, down through Detroit, and then Salem and up. And got to Kevin's about 7:30 because I had some truck trouble, and kind of limped into his house about 7:30 that night.
Okay. And so you get there. How was he when you got there at 7:30 that night?
He really, all he wanted to do was hug first and cry.
And was it steady like that, or did it go up and down? I mean, how can you describe his range of
It kind of was up and down depending on what we talked about regarding their relationship. Marcy, myself, hunting, trying to get him to get his mind off what had occurred, which was very difficult. Basically, just trying to keep him comfortable and calm. But he cried a lot.
Did he have moments where he'd smile?
Not a lot.
What were the moments?
There were a few moments.
Now, when you were at the house that first day, did anybody else come by the house that you recall?
Well, I got there late, and there was no one else that showed up that night that I know of.
Okay. Where did you spend most of your time with Kevin and the family when you got there?
Of course, we took my stuff up to my bedroom. Ted always helped to do that. Then we basically went out into our fun area and sat and talked.
Okay. The fun area being
It would fun area be in the garage, in which Kevin and I helped, which I helped him build. It's kind of what you classify as the man cave of today. But Marcy enjoyed being out there with us and sitting with us. It was just we had all of our deer heads out there. For those people that don't like deer heads, I'm sorry, but we do. And we had that's where we had our cocktails and where we drank, and where we had Pepsi, where we had water.
Sorry, I'll sustain the objection. The question's been answered.
Thank you.
Listen to the question asked, answer that question, wait for the next question.
Are you familiar with a deer with a bottle opener?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you know about that?
All I know is that he got it. It was in his room, and he looked at it, and he said, "Look what I've got for our bottle opener." Never used it.
Like, just kind of a joke.
Sure.
Now, how long did you stay when you came up?
At that time,
Yes.
I stayed most of the month with Kevin. What day I left was after the ice storm, sometime 4 or 5 days after the ice storm.
While you were there, was there any discussion on what would happen to the bedroom furniture?
None.
Are you aware of the bedroom furniture leaving while you're there?
No.
What about any of the bedding, like sheets, comforter offered or something like that? Are you aware of anything happening with that?
Yes, I'm very aware. For a couple of days, he complained about he can't be up there and laying on that anymore. Well, finally, I got tired of hearing that. I went up, folded it all up, put it in a black plastic bag, and threw it in the garbage.
Okay. So when you say you gathered it all up, what is it? What did you put in the garbage?
I put in a quill. I folded it. I like to make sure the air's out of it, and I folded it like I would fold my sleeping bag, and so it fit into the garbage bag, and so it fit into the garbage outside. And then I tied it up, put it in the garbage, and that's about it. I mean, there was nothing outstanding about it.
Was it clean when you saw it?
Yes, it was.
Like somebody had washed it?
No.
Now, so you're there till, you say after the ice storm or before the ice storm?
No, after.
After. So were you there when the family gathered for some kind of event around the 18th or earlier?
I was.
What was it?
That was we wanted to celebrate Kevin, his birthday, and I believe it was a couple days after the 18th. I believe I said it was the 18th that his birthday was on, and we had the party then, but I believe I was wrong on the dates, like I've been wrong on a couple of them. But no, it was basically the family wanting to celebrate Kevin. It wasn't for everybody in the world. It wasn't for the firemen. It wasn't for anybody. It was just for our family.
Okay, just kind of your immediate family for the most part?
Correct.
And what was the mood like at this gathering?
It was solemn at first, and then once people started talking, we'd start remembering past things that we did. Ted and Megan fishing, or Ted going hunting, all of us sitting in the back, them going camping at the coast, and basically tried to do everything we could to keep it on something enjoyable in life.
Do you know who Cynthia Ward is?
I do now, yes.
Okay. When did you first become aware of her?
On the night of the gathering of the family.
Okay. You had not seen her before?
I couldn't pick her out of a lineup.
Had you heard about her before?
No, I had not.
And what's your recollection? How was she introduced to the group, if you recall?
Well, it really wasn't to the group. It was individual. And that's all it was for me, was just, hi, I'm Cynthia. I said, okay, I'm Dennis. I'm his dad.
Do you know why she was there?
I was told she was invited. And that's all I knew why she was there.
Okay. But it was kind of a gathering for close family, just a small
Right.
group.
Objection leading.
Just a question.
It's just kind of a gathering for immediate family. Did you wonder why she was there?
Rule the objection.
I did not know why she was initially until I was told that it was Kevin's girlfriend.
How did you find out?
Just general circulation of communication, people talking. No one specifically that I can remember.
Did you ever talk to Kevin about that?
After the fact, probably the next day.
Did he try to hide it from you?
No.
All right, that's all the questions I have. Just hold on right there.
Good morning, Mr. West.
Hello.
You indicated on direct examination that you stayed there for the majority of the month. Is that correct?
Most of January.
What day would you have arrived? You would have arrived on January 8th then, correct? Around 7 p.m.?
Correct.
And most of the month of January, from the 8th, you were there then also then on the 21st, when the 20th, when this gathering would have happened.
Correct.
This gathering that would have been at the garage where Cynthia was there, but none of Kevin's other friends was there, correct?
Correct.
And you drove up from Eugene, correct?
Correct.
And at the time in 2024, were you retired?
I am now. Yes, I was.
And you drove up your personal vehicle.
Correct.
And you don't have to give me too many details, but what's the make and model of your vehicle?
It's an F-150, F-150 Lariat 4-door truck.
Were you were still at the house then on the 23rd?
Well, I believe I was, yes.
And you were then still at the house on the 31st?
That I don't remember.
Were you there when Detective Dean Tellison and Detective Zapata were there interviewing your son?
I don't ever remember seeing them. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
So you don't recall seeing them on the 23rd then of January?
No, I don't.
And the West residence is 4-bedroom, correct? Is it there's Ted's room, correct?
There's Ted's room,
Megan's room?
Megan's room, their room,
And
guest
then there's like a
room.
multimedia room.
There's a guest room and a multimedia that is also used for other people to sleep.
And so when you would go and stay there, you even called it your room. There's a specific place that you would go and you would sleep.
Of course.
And so if everyone was there occupying the house, they would all be in their respective bedrooms, more than likely.
More than likely.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions.
Redirect?
No redirect.
Get a witness be excused? You're free to go. Don't discuss your testimony with any other potential witness. Take our morning recess, close your notepads, and down your chairs. Discuss it. Now that you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court's record.
My name's Lori Weber, WOLLENWEBER.
Go ahead, come.
Okay. And now, is your real name Lorna, or is it really Lori?
My given name is Lorna.
Okay, but you
and
like
it's
to be
only
called.
on my driver's license.
Okay, so we'll call you Lori. Is that
Lori.
okay?
Thank you.
Lori, do you know Kevin West?
I do.
And you see him in the courtroom?
I do. My handsome boy right there.
Okay. And so does that mean he's your son?
He is.
And now where do you live, by the way?
I live in Eugene
And do you live there with anybody else?
with my husband, Bill.
Is that Kevin's father?
No, it's his stepfather.
And do you live, besides your husband Bill, who else lives there, if anybody?
No one. Well, I guess I should say our daughter is staying with us at this time. Health issues.
Is Eugene, is that where, I mean, you lived there a long time?
All my life.
Does that mean that Kevin was born and raised there?
Yes.
And so you raised him all the way through school, turned him into an adult, and here we are, right?
Yes.
Now, when he was down there, I suppose he was a normal kid, went to high school, played sports and all that.
Objection, relevance.
Let's stand.
And so, did you ever become aware of Marcy?
Oh, yes.
Okay. How did you first find out about her?
Kevin transported, he was on a non-emergency vehicle at that time working, and they made several trips with patients to and from the hospital, and she was working on one of the floors, so he met her that way.
Okay. And do you recall first meeting her?
Oh boy, that was a long time ago. But yes, I remember meeting her. I think he brought her to the house.
Okay. Had you heard about her before you met her?
Oh yes.
How much time do you think went by before you heard about her and then you met her?
Oh boy, that's reaching way back.
Objections
It was
to relevance,
pretty
Your Honor.
Okay. And where did you meet her?
At our home.
And did you so your first meeting, you got along with her just fine, I take it?
Oh, yes.
And now, so they became a couple as far as you know in Eugene, is that right?
They did.
And how old was Kevin at that time, if you know?
My guess would be 19 or 20.
And how old was Marcy, if you remember?
She's a year younger than Kevin.
Okay. And from what you could observe, did they start dating and become a couple?
They did.
And how long did they stay in Eugene before they moved away, if in fact they moved away?
I don't remember exactly, but Kevin was still in school, getting his paramedic, and they did live in an apartment together. I suppose they were there for, my guess would be 6 months, and then he did apply up in Washington and came up here for training.
Okay, so you say he was in paramedic school, finished that and got a job up here?
Yes.
Is that working essentially for the same people he worked for up until recently?
Yes.
And did you attend their wedding?
Yes.
Where was that?
At McMenamins in
Okay, Big McMenamins place?
yeah,
Okay,
Edgewood,
right.
Edgefield.
Okay, so they, now at some point, we understand they had children, is that right?
Yes.
And who are the kids?
Ted and Megan.
Do you stay in contact with Ted and Megan?
Yes.
And so, once they moved up here, they got married, did you ever come up to visit them?
Yes.
And how often would you come up here over the years?
Well, I would say we both visited each other, so we would see each other at least once a month. And they'd either come down or we'd come up.
When you came up here, would you stay in their home?
Yes.
And what was your relationship like with Marcy?
Well, I adored Marcy. It was hard to get to know her, though, and I kind of had to pull things out of her. It saddened me a little bit that we couldn't become closer, but she was, I think, shy.
But you liked her.
Oh,
Did she, at any point share with you any concern she had about any kind of pain or sensation she
Objection
was
hearsay.
having?
Sorry.
Objection hearsay.
Present sense impression.
Okay, apparently I need to resolve an issue outside the court. Close your notepad from Thank you. You're also
Did Marcy ever complain of any pain that she was experiencing?
yes.
And what kind of pain would that be?
It was chest pain.
So she would say, I'm having chest pain, something like that?
Yeah.
And how often did that happen?
You know, I don't know how long it went on. I had heard about it through Kevin first.
When was the first time she said, I'm having chest pain? When was the first time she was experiencing that and told you about it? Was it like within 3 months of her passing, a year, just ballpark?
Oh, yes, within 3 months.
Okay. Did she also complain about experiencing a headache? Did she ever explain to you that she was experiencing a headache?
Yes.
And how often did that happen?
I would say frequently. I think a lot of people have headaches, and so I don't think she was real worried about it, but she got headaches.
Okay, she would tell you, I got a headache, something
Yeah.
like that? Okay. And then going back, how far before the time she passed was that given?
Further than 3 months. I remember when we went to Disney World, and I think she was having some headaches at that time.
Was she complaining about the headaches at that time?
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't think that it was anything like migraines,
But it was something that happened pretty frequently.
but yes.
Question from Lindsay Alford, please.
In the 3 months prior to Marcy's death, how many times did you see her?
Well, I believe we went camping in August. We usually like to do a family camp in July or August, so I believe was then. And like I said, we saw each other, at least once a month. So then, I think Kevin went hunting, so we didn't see them again until Christmas. I don't remember Thanksgiving that year. I don't know if Kevin was working, but I know we saw her on Christmas
Okay. And was that at Marcy's residence or at your residence?
at our house.
And how long was she there for?
We usually try to do 2 or 3 days,
Was she there for 2 or 3
but
days?
it's hard to remember. I'm not real. I don't know if I recall. And oftentimes she would stay with her mom, or one of the kids would go over with her and stay with her mom. But she was with us on Christmas, and then we'd see her again.
And then what?
We would see her again,
When would you see her again?
probably after their Christmas, or sometimes they would have their. Maybe I should say it's hard for me to remember 2 years ago. I'm not exactly sure, so I guess I can't say.
So it's possible that in the 3 months prior to her death, which was January 8th, you only saw her one time?
No, I saw her in August. We all went.
That's beyond 3 months prior to January 8th, right?
Right, because Kevin went camping. Yes, we probably saw her at Christmas. I don't think we saw her for Thanksgiving.
So you're saying at Christmas she was complaining to you of chest pains?
She wasn't complaining. I asked her about it, and I said, I'm concerned about you. I hear that, because she and I didn't really talk on the phone, and we didn't really have that kind of a relationship. We text about the kids and so forth, but health issues, she was pretty private. But when she came for Christmas, I talked to her about it. I'd heard from Kevin that she was complaining of chest pains, and he encouraged her to go to the doctor. And my conversation with her at Christmas was that I really wanted her to take it seriously. And she didn't seem too concerned, but I just said that's just nothing to mess around with. You really should go to the doctor, but she didn't want to go.
So it sounds like you were more concerned about chest pains than Marcy was. Is that fair?
That's not fair. What I am saying is that she didn't want to talk about it.
Okay. So exactly what did Marcy say about her chest pains?
Oh, I don't recall our exact conversation. I remember what I said, and I guess that's kind of a memory thing. Sometimes it's been 2 years, so I don't remember what she said. All I know is that she didn't want to go to the doctor. She'd had scans and.
Okay. And as far as the headaches, when was, prior to her death, when was the last time that she reported to you that she was having a headache?
Well, it would have been either, within the 3 months? It would have
No,
been-
just what was the last time before her death that she reported to you she was having a headache?
Probably camping
August?
in August.
Okay. And you said that it didn't appear like a migraine or anything.
No.
Since. Okay. And prior to August, when would she have told you she was having a headache?
I don't know.
Okay. So just one time in August.
During that time, I don't remember.
Okay. I have no further questions for the officer.
Okay, do you complete your office too?
No, but prior to the camping trip, were there other times when she complained to you of having a headache?
Sorry, I don't recall.
Did she complain to you of having chest pains prior to the camping trip?
No.
All right, nothing else.
Are you still intending to offer the other?
No, I'm not yet.
Okay, bring in the jury. Welcome back. Do you have additional questions?
There you go. So you say that you saw them pretty frequently over the years through the marriage?
Yes.
When was the last time you saw them? Together?
Together?
Yes.
Was at Christmas.
Was that in 2024, 2023?
23.
Okay. But before that, how often had you seen them, do you think?
Oh, quite often. We go on vacations together, or if Megan had a dance recital, we'd be up there to see them.
As far as
Nearly every month.
Okay. As far as their relationship goes, how did they appear? Did they appear happy, not happy? What was your impression in watching them?
I believe Kevin and Marcy loved each other. I think they grew out of being in love. If that makes sense.
And
I think their marriage was
Sorry,
straight.
you need to listen to the question asked and answer that question. Not being asked to give your subjective opinions, you're being asked what you observed. So re-listen to the question and then answer that question.
Thank you.
I'll try to ask a more specific question here. It wasn't always like that, though. Like in the early days, was it better than that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. When did you see a change at some point in their relationship?
After they had kids.
And would you say they were an affectionate couple?
No.
And why do you say that?
I think Marcy was very private and didn't show her emotions. That was just Marcy. And Kevin would always go up and, well, I shouldn't say always, but he would go up to her and hug her, and she'd kind of go, and kind of go through the motions. But I wouldn't say affectionate.
You say that goes back to about the time the kids were born, roughly?
As they were growing, yeah.
And now, the last time you stayed there at their house, you say it was at Christmas time of 2023, correct?
No, they stayed at our house.
Okay, oh, I see. When was the last time you stayed at Kevin and Marcy's before Marcy passed?
It was probably in the spring, I would imagine. What would the timeline now, what we would have been doing? Like I said, we always went up to see Megan's dance. I'm sure she always had a recital at the end of the year, so it may have been June, I would guess, May or June.
Okay.
So
And did
we
you stay
would
overnight?
have been-
Did you stay overnight at that time?
Yes.
Where did you stay? Where did you sleep, that is?
At their house.
I mean, what,
And
in there, where
they
in the
have a
house?
guest room
Okay.
upstairs.
Do you know where they slept?
Yes,
Where did they sleep?
in their bedroom.
Okay, did they sleep together as far as you know?
Oh, yes.
And when you say they came down to Christmas to your place, where did they sleep at your place?
Well, like I said, I can't remember if she went to stay at her mom's. Usually she'd go over to her mom's. That way she could spend time with her when she was in Eugene. So, and we have a small home, so I think, Kevin and the kids, or one of the kids, stayed in the guest room.
As far as raising the kids together, how did they do from your observations?
Objection, relevance.
Staying as to the way the question formed.
Did you have a chance to observe how they, as a team, how they would raise their kids?
Yes.
And what was your impression of how they raised their kids together?
They were good partners.
And you say the last time you saw them together was Eugene, Christmas of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. And they were still behaving as good partners, raising their kids?
It was strange.
Strange?
But yes, they were always good partners with the kids.
Now, sometime you met Cynthia, is that right?
Yes.
When was that?
I was trying to remember, but I believe it was in the fall. I remember they came up and it was cool, and I know we sat out on the patio. So it might have been late September, early October.
Where did you meet her?
At our home.
Oh, so they came down to Eugene?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your understanding of what their relationship was like?
Well, I knew in advance that he was seeing her. I don't remember when they got back together. Might have been July.
Okay. But you met her, you said, I'm sorry, was it September you met her?
I believe it was early October.
Okay. And they came down to your place, and you understood she was the woman he was seeing. She was a girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay. Did they try to hide that from you, or were they pretty open about it?
No, they were open, and Kevin had talked to me about it.
And did you accept Cynthia?
I love Cynthia. I did. She's very personable and loving and affectionate.
Objection, non-responsive. An improper
Stay in the
directive.
objection, let the answer stand as is.
Thank you. Okay, and without telling me what he said, did Kevin at some point explain to you or tell you about what happened the night that Marcy passed? Don't tell me what he said. Just did he tell you about it?
Yes.
He explained what happened.
Yes.
Okay. Now strike it. How did you find out that Marcy had passed away?
Kevin called.
Okay. Do you remember what time of day it was, or?
Well, he couldn't get a hold of me because I was asleep. It was quite early, and he did call my husband and got a hold of him. And I think by the time I talked to him, it may have been about 5 a.m. He was driving, well, he wasn't driving, his friend Scott was driving him and Ted up to pick up Megan at school.
Okay. And how was he on the phone? Emotionally, how?
He was very distraught. We were very upset.
Could you understand him okay?
Yes,
But he was pretty emotional?
yes.
Was he crying?
Oh, yes.
And so after that, when did you first see Kevin after that?
That morning, I drove up.
Drove right away?
Yes.
What time did you get to his house? Or did you go to his house?
Yes, I did.
What time did you get there?
I got there about 9:30 or 10.
Was he there?
No, they hadn't gotten back yet. But they might have gotten back about 11.
Were there other people around when you got there?
No.
Okay, so you waited for Kevin, he came back, I take it?
Yes.
Okay, how was he doing when he got back?
Everyone was pretty upset, but yes. We hugged and consoled each other. And
Did you stay the whole day?
I stayed longer than them.
How long did you stay at his house once you went there?
This was, I believe, a Sunday morning. Whatever the 8th was. I stayed the week, and then I went home and then came back.
So throughout that first day, everybody behaves differently. How was he acting throughout the day? Can you kind of generally describe that?
Just thinking of Kevin. We loved her. It was very hard.
Objection, non-responsive.
But how did he
I'll
behave?
sustain the objection, disregard the last comment. Let's repeat the question.
Was he? How was he behaving emotionally? Just what did you observe of his emotional state?
Very emotional, crying, distraught. He was trying to console the kids. We all were. So it was a very tough day.
Would you say he was just crying and distraught constantly the whole day, or were there periods where he wasn't like that?
Well, there were periods he wasn't when he was talking to the kids or us or whatever, but most of the time I would say, it's really, that was a really hard time, I think, for him to go through.
While you were staying there that week, where did Kevin sleep, if you know?
I'm thinking that he either slept in Ted's room or on the couch.
Okay, not in the master bedroom?
No. Let's see, we had Megan home. No, not in the master bedroom.
Okay. Did he go into the master bedroom?
That was really hard. He had to, it was his shower, their shower, and his closet was in there. It was very painful.
Objection, non-responsive.
A little bit responsive, but she's answered the question, so ask another.
Okay. Now, did you at some point become aware of the furniture being moved out of the bedroom?
I wasn't present when that was done.
You didn't play a role in planning its removal or anything like that?
I did.
You did? What role did you play?
I was trying to console Kevin. He, every time he went through there, all he could see, he'd just break down.
Objection, non-responsive, and hearsay.
Sustain the objection.
Okay. So, why were you trying to help him? You say you assisted. Why did you assist him? You can answer that.
Objection, relevance.
What?
I can.
Yes.
He, it was very difficult to sleep in the same bed that she passed.
Okay. So then you assisted him. How did you assist?
Well, I made suggestions. He never liked the bed in the first place, the frame, and came with the house. And he says, I never liked the bed anyway. I'm not sure Marcy did either.
No objection,
She's-
hearsay.
Yes.
Overrule I sustain the objection on non-responsive grounds. Ask the question again, listen to the question, answer the question asked.
This is kind of
I'm sorry.
tough. No, you're fine. And so you assisted. How did you assist? Just tell me how you assisted.
I suggested to him that maybe he could get another bed and put it on the other side of the room. He said he didn't really care. He could have an
Objection.
Okay, so that's fine. That's a great answer right there. But you didn't actually help him move the furniture, right?
I did not.
Okay. Did you assist in getting rid of any of the bedding involved in this case?
On their bed,
Yes.
maybe a blanket. I could tell you.
Would it be a comforter?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do with regard to the comforter?
Oh, well, I folded it up and put it in the hall closet.
Okay. Did you dispose of any of the bedding?
Not that bedding. My daughter did.
Your daughter disposed of the bedding?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. Just hold on, the state will have questions.
Okay.
Cross-examination?
So you indicated that you were there at 9:30 or 10 a.m.
Yes.
on the 8th,
Yes.
and there was no one else there.
No.
Mark Woodland wasn't there.
No.
And on the 8th, after Marcy's death, did you observe Kevin speaking with Cynthia?
I did not.
So you weren't? Were you with him the entire time?
Well, no.
When were you first aware of Kevin's affair with Cynthia?
I believe it was late August or September.
Did you know about the affair when it originally began in 2004?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Did you know about the affair when it originally began in 2004?
I did not.
And you were very supportive of the relationship between Kevin and Cynthia, even while Marcy was alive, correct?
I was supportive of my son. I love my son.
And you were supportive of their relationship, correct?
I was supportive of my son.
And you viewed Cynthia like a daughter even prior to Marcy's death, correct?
Later, as I got to know her.
But prior to Marcy's death.
As a daughter, it takes time to build a relationship.
Did you talk about wanting to adopt her as a daughter?
I think we had a funny conversation about that because she was just a sweet girl.
Okay. And your son, Mr. West, expressed to you that he planned to marry Cynthia prior to Marcy's death, correct?
I don't recall that
And he told you that he had retained a defensive or an attorney for his divorce?
I know that he was planning to. We had several conversations about that. I encouraged him to. Could I elaborate?
Did he tell you that he had met with an attorney and paid her $1,000?
Yes, he did.
And also that he provided that attorney financial documents related to the divorce?
I'm unaware.
And you knew based on your communications that he had every intention of leaving Marcy and moving on with Cynthia, did you not?
Not at that time, no.
Not at what time?
They were planning a wedding, and it was very, very important to Marcy. Megan was getting married in July.
So what you're saying is that you thought that he was going to wait longer?
Kevin and I had deep conversations about that, and he didn't want to hurt Marcy or Megan. He was that's a really hard decision to make when you don't want to hurt your loved ones.
Okay. You knew that he was very unhappy in his marriage with Marcy, correct?
Yes.
When did Kevin first discuss divorcing Marcy with you?
Divorcing?
Yes.
Hmm. They had counseling, I believe, 2 years prior. And they were trying to work out some problems. And he had moved out into a trailer, into his trailer on a friend's property.
This is 2 years prior to Marcy's death?
Oh, yes, it was 2 years prior.
So 2021?
Around there.
Okay. What is your phone number?
Do I need to state that? So it's
Are you asking
public?
for her phone number today?
I'm showing you what's been previously admitted as 178.
Okay. I don't have my glasses.
Is that your phone number depicted on 178?
Oh boy, that's really small. Yes, it is.
Okay. And you indicated to the best of your memory that you got there at 9 or 10 a.m.
At their house on
on the 8th.
the 8th? No, not 9 o'clock. I wouldn't have gotten there that early.
When did you get there?
It was probably more like 10 or 10:30.
Is it possible
What
it was
I
closer?
said before, but I know that I think they got back about 11 or 11:30.
And you're saying you were there when they got back?
So yes, I was there.
Would it help to refresh your recollection potentially to review your text messages that you sent at that time?
You know, yes, it would.
Okay.
It's been 2 years, so please forgive me. Glasses. Okay.
If I may forward with yourself, attorney?
Just reading. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, and so this would be him.
This went
I'm
out.
not sure really what I'm looking at. This was on the 8th. And this is a text message. Here, got in fine. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's me. Okay. And And that was, does it have a time on here?
Let's see. Great help.
It's very small.
Is it possible that you texted Kevin here, got in fine on the 8th at 2:38, almost 2:39 p.m.?
Oh, no, I was there in the morning. I was there before they got there.
And you threw Mr. West a birthday party in January of 2024?
Yes.
And where was that at?
It was at Kevin's house.
And what date was that on?
There was an ice storm, and his birthday's on the 18th, so we missed his birthday. It was his 50th. And I just wanted to see my son. We were in
The question
Eugene.
was, if I could, the question is, what was the date? What date was the party on?
It was Saturday.
Okay.
Whatever.
Close in time to,
After his birthday, and I just don't remember.
it's a couple
If
days
I could
after
look
his
at the
birthday.
calendar, I could tell you.
Showing the witness what's been admitted is 162. There's a calendar of January of 2024.
Thank you. His birthday was on a Thursday, and so it was Saturday the 20th.
Okay. And did you invite Cynthia to that party?
Kids?
Cynthia.
Yes.
And was that the time that the plan was that she was going to be introduced to the children?
That wasn't the goal, but she was introduced to the children as a friend.
Do you know how long it was after that that she was introduced as his girlfriend?
I don't know.
Was she introduced as a friend of Kevin's or a friend of someone else's?
His sisters.
And Kevin's your son, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you love him very much.
Yes, I do.
And have you been visiting with Mr. West during this trial?
Not staying with him, no.
Have you been to his residence during this trial?
I have not.
When was the last time that you stayed at the residence that he shares with Cynthia?
Christmas. Oh, no, we didn't stay overnight. We just went for the day.
And isn't it true that you were not particularly fond of Marcy or their relationship?
But I wasn't particularly fond of Marcy.
Yes.
That is not true. I wasn't close to Marcy. We didn't have that close-knit relationship that I really wanted.
You preferred Cynthia for Kevin over Marcy, correct?
That's really rude.
Is it true?
No, it's rude. It's not that I preferred her. It's
Okay,
not.
you've answered the question. Do you have any
wasn't my
additional-
relationship.
I'm sorry, you've answered the question. Do you have any additional questions?
No, Your Honor.
Read the room. Take that.
Now, Laura, you said that earlier you were asked if you knew about the affair that Kevin had with Cynthia back in 2004. Do you remember being asked about that? You said you didn't know.
In 2004?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you tell me again?
It's a bad question. Let me start.
I'm sorry, she upset me.
So you were asked if you knew about the affair that Kevin had with Cynthia about 20 years earlier. Do you recall being
Oh,
asked?
yeah.
And you said you weren't aware of that.
I was not.
Okay. Well, you had become aware of that before today, correct?
Yes.
And that's because Kevin and Cindy told you they had had an affair
Yes.
back then. And then when you say they separated, you said it was a couple of years ago. Could it have been 10 years ago? From now? Okay. And you just recall that he stayed in his trailer on a friend's property, is that right? Is that what
Yes,
you
he
said?
did.
Okay. So you're remembering more by the event than the exact date.
Yes.
Are you aware of any other separations between them? Where they lived apart for a pretty good period?
A short time. At that time, they lived apart for maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if they separated again.
Okay, that's
That's
fine, thank you.
Week or,
Mary?
can the witness speak to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, you're free to go. Don't discuss your testimony with other witnesses. You've been excused, so you're free to come into your courtroom and
Thank you.
stay if you like. Your next witness.
Check the hallway, Judge. Call Amy Davis. You just want credit for
Come forward, please. Stop and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that any testimony given this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you?
Yes, I do.
You can see the evidence.
Thank you.
Now that you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court's record.
Okay, Amy Davis, last name Davis.
Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Davis.
Good afternoon.
And Ms. Davis, what is your relationship, if any, to Kevin?
Kevin is my brother.
So you were born,
We're 2.5 years apart. We grew up very close, very close in school. Our friends, we all have the same friends.
you grew up in Eugene.
Eugene, Oregon.
And now, at some point, did you become aware of Marcy while you were still living in Eugene?
Yes, it was in 2000, I believe, when she worked at Peace Health. And my brother and my dad at the time shared a house, and I met her first at that home.
At your mom and dad's house?
They lived, no, it was a duplex. My brother and my dad briefly shared a space there, and I met her at that home.
Okay. And how was your first meeting? Get along okay?
Yeah. we did.
And so, now have you stayed in pretty good touch with Kevin over the years?
Yes.
And you understand you got married to Marcy at some point.
Yes.
Did you go to the wedding?
I did. I was in the wedding.
Oh, you were in the party?
I was.
Okay, where was the wedding?
It was at McMiniman's. I think it was Forest Grove, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
It was one of the McMiniman's. It was a beautiful wedding.
Right. So they got married. You recall when they had kids?
Yeah, I was present for Ted being born,
Okay.
and Megan. I was on the way, but I missed it with Megan. But I was there at the hospital.
And now, when I asked you if you stayed in touch with Kevin, did you also stay in touch with Marcy over the years?
Family gatherings, camping trips. We'd go visit with them, and I didn't communicate with her usually by phone, but we saw each other, at our events that we had.
How close would you say you were to Marcy?
I wouldn't say we were close. I loved my sister-in-law, but we're just very different personalities. I love everyone in the room kind of person, and she's just.
Objection, non-responsive.
You've answered the question.
Okay, thank you.
And now, did you see them often enough to where you were able to observe their relationship? And I'm talking about Marcy.
Yes.
And what were your observations of the quality of their relationship?
It was strained. They had, good times, bad times, but it was very strained.
Was it always that way?
It wasn't always that way, but from the beginning, I feel like there was just very different interests, but they had lots of love for each other, and we saw that through the kids, and she poured everything into her kids.
Okay, so Marcy cared a lot about her kids.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you're saying that together they raised the kids well?
Yeah, I mean, they both were, invested in their kids. Kevin's an amazing dad. Marcy was very...
non-responsive and comments on character of another potential witness.
I'm going to let the answer stand over the objection. Listen to the question and answer that question, not to state personal opinions or observations about any party. So let's try again.
Probably more my question than so we try again. So, do you recall a time when the relationship seemed to change? You said it was good in the beginning. Now, at what point can you relate it to any events?
There was a lot of issues around. She didn't like the fire department. That was always a big thing.
So was it when you went to work for the fire department? Is that what you said?
In the beginning, I think it was fine, but she didn't want any part really of the fire department, and she made that clear. That I was present for arguments about that.
And did you?
I'm sorry, but apparently there's going to be
I'll withdraw.
next question.
Now, over the years, did you have any time to spend like overnight time at their home?
I did.
And so they moved away in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I'm not exactly when, but yes, you're correct.
Moved up here. Over the years, typically, how often would you stay overnight with them at their house, like any given year or so?
A handful of times at least. When they were at their first home, I stayed quite a bit. My daughters.
And then when you at the last home, do you remember the last home they lived in?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they moved in there?
The one on in the newest.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't recall exactly. It might have been 20. I don't know. I shouldn't speculate. I apologize.
From the time they moved in until Marcy passed away, were you staying there fairly regularly for whatever period of time?
Yeah, again, a handful of times I was there, but I can't tell you how many times.
Where would you sleep when you were there?
I would usually sleep in the guest room. I've pretty much slept in every room, but I would usually sleep in the guest room, up the stairs right to you turn right and go straight back.
Okay. And did you go up there with anybody else, or was it just you?
It was usually my 3 daughters. Now they're adults, but yeah. Usually it was Katie, and Allie, my middle and my youngest.
Okay. And so when you stay there, would you say it was I'm trying to get an idea how often you stayed. Was it every month, every 6 months? How often do you think? Ballpark?
Maybe 3 times every maybe 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly I can't put a exact, but it's more, I would say, anywhere between 5 and 10 times.
Okay. Every other month, something like that?
Something like that.
Okay. And would you stay for just one night or 2?
No, we'd usually go out for at least Friday through Sunday, or we'd stay a week, or.
And when you would stay there, you say you'd sleep in the guest room or some other spare room.
Yeah.
Where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
They slept in right up the stairs, and there was our master right there at the top of the stairs.
So when you go up the stairs, and immediately to the right is the guest room,
Uh-huh.
and then take a left, and to the right, that's the master room.
Correct.
And you were aware that they were sleeping in there together.
I was some time ago. Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you stayed there?
Last time I stayed there, I was there quite frequently. After.
I'm
sorry.
The last time before Marcy passed away, when was the last time you stayed there, if you recall?
I believe 2 months prior.
Okay. And at that time, where did you sleep?
I might have slept in the guest room, but if my mom and my stepdad were there, they would be in the guest room. And Ted, I'd always usually sleep in his room, and he would sleep on the couch probably.
If you know, where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
I'm sorry, can you repeat
If you know, where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
that? In the master bedroom.
And you say that was within a couple of months of Marcy passing, or was there an event you can think of?
I don't recall when I was. I honestly don't remember the event I was there. I know I was there for Megan. She had a dance recital. Cannot tell you what month that was in, but it wasn't that far back.
Okay.
And my parents were there. Yeah, and I was there.
And when was the last time you saw Marcy?
Christmas Day, 23.
Christmas Day, and where was that?
That was in Eugene, Oregon, at my mom and my stepdad's house.
And so Christmas Day, how did they seem together on Christmas Day?
Like usual, how it seemed, very strained, but that was normal. She would be on one couch, she'd be on the other. Sometimes they'd be together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Strained,
kind of had its good times, its bad times?
like any relationship, yeah.
Okay. And so, now you've met Cynthia Ward, is that right?
I have.
When did you first meet her?
I first met her, I don't have the exact date, it was before the gathering on the 20th, maybe a few days before.
Okay. When you say the 20th, was that, I guess, kind of a birthday party for Kevin?
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize it as a party, but no one felt like a party. But we did get together. Kevin's birthday was on the 18th. We missed it. There was an ice storm and Marcy just passing. But we were there on the 20th. It's when the roads cleared up.
You say it wasn't really a party.
No.
So, what was the intent of the gathering?
The intent of the gathering was just to come together, love and support Kevin, my niece and nephew. His birthday, of course, was, like I said, his 50th was the 18th. And it was just us coming together. And we were aching for all of them. We just wanted to be there and love and support everyone.
Was there any discussion of Marcy? Don't tell what everybody said, but was there any
Absolutely.
Okay, so kind of reminiscing that kind of thing?
Yeah, we laughed, we cried, we shared stories.
Rejection, non-responsive.
So when, now you say that's where you met Cynthia, or you met her earlier?
I met her, like I said, I'm sorry, I don't have the exact date, but I think a few days before the gathering,
So-
maybe 5 days at the most.
So the first time you met her was after Marcy passed away.
Correct.
Did you know about her before that?
I did.
Like how far back was it that you heard about her?
So in my state's interview, it's sometimes I think September, October. I'm not clear on it, but I believe it was at the very end of summer in September into October, but I don't know exactly what date.
Okay, and how did you find out?
My brother told me.
And were you aware that it was a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Did you try to hide that from me?
No.
And so you meet her a few days before this gathering, this birthday / memorial that we're talking about, and you'd already met Cynthia before. And whose idea was it for her to be at the party, if you know?
Yeah, my mom presented it to me, and I thought it was a great idea. I just wanted to do whatever we could to wrap Kevin up and the kids.
And now, how was she presented to the group, if you recall?
I do recall she was presented as, I introduced her as my friend.
Okay, which is not entirely true, is that?
I didn't have a long history with her, but there was an instant connection, so I would consider her my friend even at that time.
Why did you present her as your friend?
I felt that it was appropriate, that I stand by that decision. It was more comfortable that way. And at the core of their relationship, Kevin and Cynthia, there is a deep friendship. and it wasn't anything romantic. Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
So, were you trying to spare anybody's feelings?
It just wasn't my story to tell, and that's up to Kevin. And I just thought it was my idea, and it was appropriate to do it that way. And then when he was ready, when he could tell his story.
Were you under the impression that his kids knew about it before the party?
No.
You don't have, or you did not think they knew?
No, I didn't think they knew. I didn't ask either.
Did you become aware of them figuring it out at the gathering?
I didn't become aware of it. I can't speak for if I wasn't there for it, but I don't know when that conversation took place with his kids.
So how did you find out about Marcy passing?
My mom called me early in the morning on the 8th, and she told me, and we were staying.
And where were you at that time?
I was in Eugene, Oregon.
Were you staying with your mother at the time?
No, my home in Eugene.
Okay. And so, did you? What, if anything, did you do once you found out what you?
Yeah, I was just in complete shock. It was just gut wrenching. I didn't want to call my brother at that time, right at that moment, because I'm sure he was going. I can only imagine what he was going
what
through.
you did, not what you did. Let's have a question answer that question.
Okay, I apologize. Okay.
So
I called my brother. He called me, I believe, on the way.
okay, you called him when you were on the there.
Sorry, I apologize. He called me in the morning when he was headed to get Megan. That's the first time I got to talk to my brother.
Okay, so he talked to you on the car ride up to see him.
And Scott spoke to me, yeah.
How was he?
He was, he couldn't even talk. He was so upset. And we were both crying on the phone. It was such a difficult phone call.
Did you go up to his house later that day?
I did not, for the sole reason that my mom and my biological dad were both heading there. Sorry. And I just wanted him to have time with them and with your son. And I wish I could go back now because I would have been there in a second. I just wanted to do that.
I'll sustain the objection. You've answered the question. Next question.
So, when did you see? I'm sorry. When did you see Kevin first after Marcy passed?
I went up early on the night, the next day.
Okay, all right. Early in the night. About what time?
Super early. I think we maybe left at 6:30, maybe before, and got there in the morning.
Was anybody else there?
At the house or with me?
Oh, well. Oh.
Okay. My two daughters were with me. My middle daughter couldn't get off work in time, so yeah, just us three heading there.
When you got there, was anybody else there?
Yes, my mom was there. My dad from Ben's West was there. Ted and Megan were there.
And how was Kevin doing emotionally that day?
Completely undone. It was a roller coaster.
Roller coaster. So sometimes bad or sometimes very emotional.
Objection, counsel testifying.
Sorry.
Objection, counsel testifying waiting.
I'll overrule the objection at the first thing. He's asking questions that is leading, so I'll sustain the objection of that.
When you say roller coaster, what do you mean?
It was crying uncontrollably, couldn't talk. Then kind of just wandering around in the daze, not even knowing what to do. Total shock. It was just gut-wrenching. And just, he couldn't save her, and it was so hard.
No, I'm not going to ask you to tell me what he said, but did Kevin ever tell you what happened the night with Marcy when she passed? And you don't have to tell me what it was,
Sure.
just did he?
In a group setting, yes.
Okay. Now, were you aware of any of the removal of the furniture or bedding from the house?
The bedding, the removal, no, I wasn't aware of it when it happened, but I did learn about it after.
Okay. Did you play any role in taking anything out of the house?
No,
Or
I did
throwing
not.
anything away?
I did, I made the decision, we didn't know what to do, we just wanted to help. And I made the decision to go into the master and remove the sheets and wash them, launder them. I'm just imagining.
Okay. Did you, just the sheets, or did you do anything with the comforter or anything like that?
No, I didn't, just the sheets. And I also disposed of her pillow. And right or wrong, that's what I did. I stand by that.
And, no, that was that on the 9th when you moved there?
That was on the 9th, correct?
And then have you seen Kevin pretty regularly since that time?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have. Just hold on, the state might have questions.
Okay, thank you.
Cross-examination.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. And Amy, as mentioned, you are Kevin's sister,
I am.
correct? And you care about your brother,
Of course I did.
and you've spoken with him in the time since he's been charged with Marcy West death.
Yes.
And you visited with him,
Yes.
and you indicated on direct examination that you were aware of Cynthia prior to Marcy's death, correct?
Correct.
And Mr. West also was texting with you prior to you all getting together on January 24th for Christmas, or was he texting with you prior to that meeting?
Prior to, you said the 24th, and then you said Christmas, so you do mean
Oh.
Christmas?
Were you and Mr. West texting prior to when you all saw each other on Christmas?
I imagine so.
And did he relate to you that Marcy was going to be there?
I imagine so. I know my mom told me that as well.
And he had texted you, "I just need help getting through this one." Yes.
I don't remember. I can look at my phone, but if that's what it says, then that's accurate.
And just I'm not going to read it out loud or anything, but
Sure.
would you mind just confirming that that's your phone number?
That is my phone number.
And you had and additionally, he had told you, "I hate putting on a fake face, but it is what it is," and he would have texted that to you on December 24th, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I can't use.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there a question? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Did you have a text message from your brother saying, "I hate putting on a fake face, but it is what it is"?
I don't know. If you have a text.
Of course. You can take a look. This is 168, page 8, and it'll be on just the top there.
Yeah, you have the records.
Great. And you don't refute that that's a text message that your brother would have sent. It's just hard to remember.
Yeah, I just don't have my phone.
Yeah.
Sure, but I do keep my messages.
Yeah. And on January 2nd, Mr. West, your brother, would have texted you about Cynthia, correct?
On January 2nd, how would I know that? I don't have my phone.
Sure.
I don't recall text messages from over 2 years ago.
And now, is this a text message your brother would have sent you? Cynthia sent this to me, says if you have any questions about setting up your profile, that you could call her. She can also fill out the form on her end to refer if there's a job you're interested
Yeah, it's
in.
referencing medical because I've worked in the medical field.
Okay. And then he would have provided you with her phone number, correct?
Well, does it say that? Yeah. I just don't have my phone with me.
Of course, of course. Just confirming with you since you're the one who was the exchange with. And now, Amy, you went to his house on the, would have been the 20th, correct?
The 20th I was there. Mm-hmm.
And you had indicated on direct examination you thought it was a good idea for Cynthia Ward to be there.
I wanted Cynthia to be there.
And she was there in her capacity to support Mr. West.
And all of us, any love and support she could get, yes.
And at this birthday celebration gathering, were his friends from the fire department there?
It wasn't an invite only thing, so no. It was family.
So his friends from the fire department weren't there because it was invite only.
It wasn't a party. It was us coming together and supporting our family. It was not a gathering of a celebration. I want to be clear on that.
I understand, but referring you back to my question, this event that occurred on the 20th, his friends from the fire department were there. Were not there.
No, it was not an invite thing.
And Ted was there.
Yes.
Megan was there.
Of course.
Your mom was there.
Yes.
You were there.
Yes.
Was Peggy there?
No, Peggy was not there. It was, no. I'll stick to the question.
Was Marcy's brother there?
For one, he lives in Colorado, and I can't speak to why he'd even be there. It was our small family coming together. It wasn't a party.
Don't try to guess at the question's getting to. Listen to the question and answer it.
So at this this meeting thing on the 20th, Marcy's brother, you indicated that was invite only, correct?
I know I indicated it was not an invite kind of thing. It wasn't like that. If I said that, I apologize. I misspoke. It wasn't an invitation. It was simply, sorry.
Was Marcy's brother there?
No.
Was her sister-in-law there?
No.
Were any of her friends from work there?
No. It was not about that.
And it was just you, your family, and Cynthia.
And Caden, Megan's fiance, and Carter, my youngest daughter's boyfriend. All three of my daughters. Well, you asked who was there.
And you indicated when you had a discussion with us that you helped clean up the West residence when you were there.
Correct.
And you had indicated that you felt it was kept in poor condition.
It was.
And you attributed that poor condition based on your knowledge of both the people to Marcy.
What was the last part? I apologize.
You contributed the mess in the home to Marcy.
Yes.
And because you indicated that you keep a very clean house and Mr. West keeps.
That is not what I said. Would you like me to tell you what I said?
No, that's
Okay.
And so also on the 20th, on that event, was that event occurring in the garage?
It was in the kitchen and in the garage. And we usually congregated in the kitchen where Megan made a cake.
And was Cynthia in both the garage and in the home?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Redirect? Sure. Amy, the gathering on the 20th, you said it wasn't really a party.
No.
Was the atmosphere lively and fun, or what was it like?
It was somber. It was, no one felt like celebrating. No, I mean, Marcy had just passed. We were all aching. We were all hurting. We were crying at times. We were,
Appears to be
it was very
responsive. I'll
emotional.
overrule the objection, but the answer's been completed. Do you have additional questions?
Now, you said you attributed the mess in the house to Marcy. Why is that?
I said that what I said is that housekeeping was just not her strong suit. And it's always been that way from as far back as I can remember.
You've known Kevin your whole life. How's he? Is he a messy guy?
He's actually pretty clean. He did the laundry. He did the cooking. He would cook before he'd go to elk camp, make sure his family had food. He did the dishes.
Non-responsive.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Bruce Brown?
No, Your Honor.
Did the witness speak to you?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, you're free to go. Don't discuss your testimony with any other potential witness. Come up here, please. Then stop and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that any testimony you've given this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes.
Will you be seated again?
Right here?
Up on this chair. Now that you're seated, state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court record.
I'm sorry, what was that?
State your name in full, then spell your last name for the court record.
Okay. My name is Megan Kathleen West. It's W-E-S-T.
Go ahead, Counsel.
Okay, good afternoon, Megan.
Hi.
Okay, if I call you Megan?
Yes.
Megan, do you know Kevin West?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's my father.
Is that him sitting right there?
Yes.
Just a little bit of background information on you. Where do you currently live?
I live in the center of Washington.
How long have you lived there?
Maybe a few weeks. Like, not long.
And before that, where were you?
Vancouver, Washington.
Was there a time when you were living in Seattle?
Yes, there was.
Can you, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Can you describe that?
I was living in Seattle while I was attending the University of Washington.
Now, you talked to your brother Ted already. I understand he's your brother, correct?
Yes.
And your mother was Marcy West?
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Washougal, Washington.
Did you go through the whole school system here?
What was that?
Did you go through the whole school system here?
Yes, through high school.
And then after high school, what did you do?
I went to University of Washington for one academic year.
Now, in Washougal, the last house you lived with your family, where is that located?
Do you want the address?
If you know it.
2573 34th Street.
And do you recall roughly when you moved in?
It was right before my freshman year of high school.
Now, growing up with your family, your parents, were you able to kind of get an idea what kind of relationship they had for the most part?
Yes.
What was it like?
It was a loving, caring relationship. They cared about each other very much. Yes, they had disagreements, like all couples do, but overall it was very loving.
So, as far as the disagreements, did you see fights?
Like physical?
Well,
Like,
any kind of fight.
they would occasionally raise their voices at each other. My mom would sometimes get angry and, throw something, but that was really it.
Was there ever any physical fights between you?
No.
Now, were you kind of aware of your mother's habits as far as exercise and so forth goes?
Yes.
What was it like?
She mostly just did walking occasionally.
Anything else?
No.
How was her eating habits?
They weren't great.
Are you kind of focused on eating habits yourself?
Yes.
All right. And so how would you characterize her way of eating, her style of eating?
She didn't always choose the healthiest food options. She drank soda a lot instead of water. a lot of processed foods. She occasionally did try keto diet, but it never really stuck.
Did she ever complain about any physical pain or ailments to you?
Yes, headaches.
Like how often?
They would pretty much be every day, every other day.
Let's talk about like just about a year or so before she passed.
Okay.
Were you living at home during that year?
The year before she passed, majority I was in Seattle most of the time, but I would come home frequently.
Okay. On the weekends or holidays or something like that?
Holidays, weekends, I had a very open, academic schedule, so I was able to take the train probably every other week.
Well, let's talk about before that. Let's say the year before you moved. This would have been probably your senior year in high school?
Yes.
And did she have that kind of an ailment at that time?
Ailment like the headache?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
And what would she do for those headaches?
She would take large amounts of ibuprofen.
Did she carry them with her?
Yes, she had a Costco-sized bottle of ibuprofen with her at all times in her purse.
This, in your recollection, you say this was frequent. How frequent?
The headaches?
Yeah.
Every day. Like she complained almost every day of headaches.
Okay. And so let's talk about the last year before she passed. You say you were living up in Seattle, is that right?
Yes.
Living in one of the dorms?
Yes.
Which one?
Older Hall.
You lived in Older Hall. And so you went up there probably at the end of August or something like that?
Yes, that's around that time.
Okay, this would have been 2023, am I right?
Yes, 23.
Okay. Yeah, but before that, you lived at home.
Yes.
Did she ever complain about any other physical ailment that you could recall that she would say, I'm experiencing this right now?
Muscle aches, particularly in her neck and her feet.
Okay. But now the headaches you're talking about, when you would come back starting in the fall, you went up there in late August, and then how often did you come back that first semester? Because she passed it in your first semester, didn't she?
It was the beginning of second.
Beginning of second. Okay,
Yes.
so we're just talking about that one semester. How often did you come back?
I would come back probably twice, maybe 3 times a month.
Okay. More at the beginning than the end?
Yes.
Okay, homesick.
Yes.
Right. And so, so when you came back on those weekends, did you see her at the house?
Yes.
And was she having these same kind of problems?
Yes, she was.
Did, to your knowledge, did she go to the doctor about these problems?
No.
Were you close to your mother?
Yes, I was.
Close to your dad too?
Yes.
And so, when they would have these fights, was it ever over finances?
Yes.
Like, just a little bit, or like, was that kind of a big subject?
It wasn't the only subject, but it was one that I noticed appeared more often than not.
What would be another subject?
Work sometimes. Like my mom wanted to travel a lot. We didn't always have that opportunity.
Were the fights ever about you?
Yes.
And then, how would that start? Fight between you and your dad, or
No, it'd be between my mom and I.
did your dad get involved?
Yes.
So you come home on the weekends. When was the last time you came home before she passed?
It was winter break. We had just celebrated Christmas and New Year's, and she drove me back to my dorm right after New Year's.
Do you remember where you went for Christmas?
Probably.
Or if you went anywhere?
I don't remember that year if we went everywhere, but I think we went to Eugene sometime in that. Yes, we did go to Eugene. This is family.
When you got back for winter break, what, probably the second week of December, something like that?
I went back. Are you saying like when I left school or when I went back?
When you
to
left
school?
school and came home.
Oh, yes, it was right before Christmas.
Okay.
Probably a day or two before, probably.
And how were your mom and dad getting along at that time?
As far as I was concerned, they were getting along fine.
Was their relationship always good or always bad?
No, it was a good relationship. They had disagreements, but nothing stood out to me.
When you came back during that period, just before Christmas until the time you left, whenever that was, were they getting along okay during that time?
Yes.
Was it better than usual?
It was about the same as usual, I'd say.
And so, what day did you go back to school?
It was shortly after New Year's, probably the 2nd or 3rd of January 2024.
And how did you get back to school?
My mom drove me.
How was that trip?
It was good. Partway through the drive, she experienced a severe headache. Asked me to pass her the ibuprofen bottle. We had to pull over multiple times. I almost had to take over driving.
Okay. Do you normally listen to music on the way up?
Yes.
Were you able to do that this time?
A little bit, but she had me turn it off after the headache started.
And about how far into the drive did she have to stop and pull over? Do you recall?
It was probably about halfway, the first stop, and then, we'd stop frequently after that just so she could get fresh air.
And then she took you to school. What you just dropped off, turn around, and come home?
No, she helped me back in my dorm, helped with my bags, my suitcase, and then after she had left, I walked her out. I gave her a hug. I walked back in. I realized something came over me that I needed to give her another hug. So I ran out back to her and I gave her another one.
Okay. So then you go back to school.
Yes.
And from that time until the day your mother passed, did you have any contact with her?
Yes, I did.
Like how?
She often proofread my assignments. I would, write them, send her pictures, and she'd let me know if anything needed changes, like grammatically, or, oh, this might sound better, try this.
Was that something she often did?
Yes.
Very involved in your school?
Yes.
You did pretty well in school, I take it?
Yes.
Well, just going back to her diet a little bit, you say she didn't eat the healthiest diet, right? Processed food.
Yes.
Did she eat snacks and stuff like that?
Yes, she did.
Like what kind of stuff?
She would have chips, a lot of chips. I remember that.
And Diet Coke?
Yes. Pepsi.
Pepsi. And so, now, growing up with your mother, you'd see her first thing in the morning sometimes.
Yes.
You'd see her during the day, sometimes at night just before bed.
Yes.
How did she normally dress? Let's say like in that last year, how did she dress normally?
If she wasn't going anywhere that day, she would dress pretty comfortable, usually a pair of leggings and t-shirt or a hoodie.
If it was a little colder, did she kind of layer up,
Yes.
even in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any recollection of her habit of wearing a bra?
Yes.
What do you call about that?
She always wore a bra.
Do you know why she wore a bra?
It was just her personal preference. She never gave me a specific reason, but just her.
But did you feel like you had to wear a bra all the time because you didn't?
No.
Or why didn't you feel like you had to?
Objection relevance.
The state.
Okay. Do I answer the question?
No, you don't.
No? Okay.
So, when you would see her first thing in the morning, like, were there times where you'd be up first and you'd see her come
Objection
downstairs?
reading.
I'm sorry. Finish the question and I'll decide.
Were there
Don't
times-
answer until I hear the question.
Were there times when you would be up first and she'd get up after you?
Yes.
Okay. And so, where would you be typically when that happened?
I'd probably be downstairs eating breakfast or in my room getting ready for the day.
Would you be aware of whether or not she was wearing a bra at that time?
She always wore a bra.
How about late at night? It's bedtime. She's going to go to bed. What about then?
Yes, she wore one.
Do you ever remember a time when she wasn't wearing?
Objection. Asked and answered about the bra.
Oh, we'll-
Do you ever remember a time when she wasn't wearing a bra?
No.
last week that you came back, or the last couple of weeks that you came back, let's go to the after Christmas time, you were just there for a few days, is that right?
Yes.
Were they getting along pretty well when you left?
Yes.
How did your mother seem, other than the headaches, how did she seem like spiritually?
She seemed happy. You know, we were just in family for Christmas. You know, everyone was in a good mood.
Now, we all have our style of dressing, especially when we're at home and we're in our element where other people don't see us. Would you describe her as a careful dresser?
Can you elaborate?
Well, was she always really careful to make sure everything was just right, everything was put on just the right way?
No, if she wasn't leaving the house, she didn't really pay attention to what
Why
she
do you
was
say
doing.
that? When you say she didn't pay attention, what do you mean?
Her clothes were often backwards or inside out. You know, ever since I was a kid, that was something I always remembered about her.
Is that kind of a family joke?
No, a little bit, but like as a kid, I'm like, oh, mommy's being silly. Her shirt's on backwards. Like, but if she were to go out, she would be more careful.
Did that continue all the time?
Yes.
Now, as far as the chores around the house, who did most of the cooking in the house?
My dad.
Relevance.
Sustained objection.
Who did most of the cleaning?
Objection relevance.
Your Honor, they brought this up.
I also will object.
Who did most of the cleaning?
My dad.
Did your dad do a lot of cleaning?
Yes.
Was he a pretty tidy guy?
Yes.
Objection asked and answered.
I will like the answers to answers.
So you go up to school, and you stay. You maintain contact with your mom? You said, right?
Yes.
Okay. And are you talking to her on the phone too?
Yes.
And how did she seem?
She seemed happy. Like the last time I talked with her on the phone, she was laughing, joking with Ted, making fun of me a little bit, but she was happy.
What day was that?
It was the night before she passed.
So this would have been on January 7th.
Yes.
So this would have been a Sunday night.
Yes.
I don't expect you to remember exactly when it was. Do you have an idea of ballpark what time of day it was?
It was nighttime. It was before I went to bed.
So you're up at school. How did you find out about your mother passing?
I was at the Starbucks at Cicero Library. I got a call from Dad asking where I was. I told him where I was. He told me to come to the dorm right away and that he and Ted were there. I walked back to my dorm. He walked me upstairs, sat me down, and told me that my mother had passed.
How was your dad emotionally when you saw him?
I could tell he was very shaken when I first saw him. When he told me that it was just him and Ted there, I instantly knew something had happened to Mom. I wasn't sure what, but his eyes were red, he was shaking, very distraught.
Okay. And I imagine you were not too happy either, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened after that?
We were in my dorm for a little bit. We were crying. After we had calmed down for a bit, he told me that they were taking me home and they would help me pack some bags to take me home.
Okay. And so this would have been a Monday morning, right?
I believe so.
Did you have school that day?
No, I did not. I didn't have classes Mondays or Fridays during that quarter semester.
So you went home, and who was with you on the ride back? Just you and your dad?
No, it was Dad, Ted, and I believe his name is Scott Slocum,
Okay.
who drove. Dad was in no shape to drive, so Scott drove us.
And on the drive back, how was your father emotionally?
He was very upset.
Was this one level of upset, or was it kind of up and down, or what was it?
He was constantly upset. I was, asking questions. He often needed time to collect himself before he could give me, an answer. Very, very upset. We were all upset.
And what was the seating arrangement on the way back?
Objection relevance.
What was the seating arrangement on the way back?
I can't remember.
Do you know if you were sitting next to your dad?
I don't remember.
So, do you have any idea what time you got home today?
It was probably middle of the day.
Okay. Were there other people there?
Yes.
And so, were they, I mean, you know a lot of his firefighter friends, right?
Yes.
Were there a lot of firefighters?
I can't remember if there were any firefighters, but I know my grandma Lori and my grandpa Bill were there by the time we had arrived to my house.
Okay. So you did you get a chance to see your mother before they took her?
No.
Now, I'm kind of jumping back just a little bit. Before you left for college, are you aware of any kind of cleaning that took place in their bedroom, your mom and dad's bedroom?
Relevance.
Okay, I'll allow that question.
Like before I left for college, like after winter break or
At any time, any kind of,
anytime. I know they were getting carpets cleaned upstairs.
was that while you were still there?
I can't remember. I know they were prepping for it, and then after Mom had passed, things still weren't set to where they were, so Dad had to rearrange. Yeah, like the furniture upstairs.
All right. So you come home, there's some family shows up, firefighters are there. When the firefighters all kind of cleared out, what time was that, do you think?
I don't remember.
Who was left after they left?
I don't remember. I know Dad, Ted, and I, but I don't remember anyone, like specifically.
Do you remember your grandmother showing up that day?
Yes.
And then, do you remember anybody coming over in the evening, just dropping by?
I know some of my friends from high school dropped by. I can't remember specifically by name, but I know some friends did show up.
And was you said your father was crying, did he continue that all day, or did that change?
It continued all day.
Were there times when he would pause and not be crying for a little bit?
Yes.
Now, with regard to your mother's personal items, do you know what happened to those?
Yes, I do.
What's that?
Dad took Ted and I upstairs. He's like, you guys feel free to take whatever you want, whatever you need. And with your blessing, I'd like to donate whatever is left over. So Ted and I carefully went through everything, picked out some things that we wanted. There are a few, random items that neither of us had use for or wanted. So whatever was left over was donated.
Okay. And the things that were donated, I mean, you said they were just things you didn't want, right?
Yeah, like plain T-shirts or camis, not socks, but like maybe some shoes that didn't fit any of us. So.
Okay. Did you have anything to do with moving furniture out of the house? Are you aware of anything happening to the bedroom furniture in your mom and dad's room?
Yes.
What do you know about that?
So after the carpet was cleaned, I remember most of the furniture was stuffed in their closet.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to help bring it out. And
What about now, the furniture, do you understand that the furniture is still there, or do you believe the furniture is no longer there?
to my knowledge, like at this moment, it's no longer there
Okay. Do you know why?
because we moved out.
Okay. But you don't know what happened to the furniture?
No.
Okay. Do you remember getting rid of the mattress in the master bedroom?
Yes, I vaguely remembered
Do you
that.
recall about that?
I just know that the mattress was stained, probably with cat urine or vomit. And it was very dirty, and it was, just a burden to clean. It was easier just to get a new one.
And did you have a dog?
Yes,
What's the dog?
Sadie.
And where did Sadie sleep at night?
She either slept in the bed with my parents, or if it got too hot, she went to the bathroom tiles.
And did she sleep on your parents' bed all the time?
Yes.
But did you ever have to get up in the middle of the night with regard to Sadie?
Yes.
How about
If neither of my parents were waking up, she'd come to my room and sit right beside my bed and whimper till I woke up to let her out.
Okay. And so, I mean, you're young, got great hearing. You could hear pretty easily.
Yes.
Were there times, but you're saying that there would be times when she'd whimper in their room, they would wake up, or do you know?
I don't know. I just suspected that she tried to wake him up and it didn't work.
Did you play the family card game?
But
Was there a card game your family liked?
yes,
What was it called?
Spite and Malice.
Is that a game your family played a lot?
Yes.
Did you ever see Ted give your mother a massage?
Yes.
Did you ever give your mother a massage?
Yes.
So how would that come about? I mean, would one of you just want to give her a massage, or how would it come about?
She'd be like, we'd be settling in for the night, watching a movie. She'd be like, "Oh, Ted, like my shoulders are sore," like prompting him, and he'd get up, massage her shoulders. She goes, "Oh, my feet are just aching," and so then I would go to her feet.
Okay, so Ted shoulders, Megan feet.
Yep.
Okay. And have you ever received a massage from Ted?
Yes.
And how is that?
Good.
How does he do?
He does a really good job.
Okay. Is it painful?
No.
Okay. Could it be painful?
Yes.
Okay. Would his massages sometimes be a little too much for you?
Yes.
And how would you communicate that to him, if at all?
I would like tell him to either stop completely, like lighten up, or I just get up, walk away.
Okay. When your mother would get a massage by Ted, did she make complaints like that?
Yes.
Okay. Or what would she tell him with regard to how it felt?
Objection, hearsay.
What would she say with regard to how it felt, what he was doing? What would she say about it?
She would tell him to lighten up or to move to a different area.
Okay. And did were you aware of your mother having breast augmentation?
Not till after she passed.
So your whole life you didn't know about that?
Objection, relevance.
Let the answer stand.
You talked about your dad being pretty tidy. How about your mom? Was she tidy?
Not always, no.
Why do you say that?
She would get, in these we would call them cleaning fits, where she'd just be like, the house is too cluttered, we need to clean it, and then she'd do all of the cleaning in one day. But on a day-to-day basis, she would be pretty messy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who Cynthia Ward is?
Yes.
And who is she?
She's my dad's fiance.
Did you, when did you find out about her?
I found out about her after a gathering we had at the house.
Okay. Now, do you remember when the gathering was?
It was about a week or two after Mom passed.
Okay. Was it any special occasion that you can recall?
Partially, it was for my dad's birthday, but it wasn't, just for my dad's birthday. It was, all of the family was there. We were all mourning. We were just, supporting each other.
And is that where you met Cynthia?
Yes.
Okay. Who did you think she was when you first got there? How was she introduced?
My dad pulled me aside, pulled me into the garage I think it was either the same day or the day before everyone started showing up. It was like, hey, your Auntie Amy has a friend named Cynthia, and she's coming to the party. Is that okay?
Okay. So she was kind of like the one outsider to this family gathering,
Yes.
and are you okay with that?
Yes.
All right, so she comes to the party, you're introduced, Amy's your aunt's friend, right?
Yes.
And did you, throughout this gathering, did you change your impression whether she was just a friend of Amy's or not?
I had my suspicions as soon as Dad asked me. But throughout the party, like, I knew more and more that there was something, they weren't telling me.
And then at some point, did you talk to your dad about that?
He actually talked to me about it.
When was that?
It was when he was driving me back to school. I'd taken 2 weeks off, and I needed to go back when he drove me back.
Did you go back before or after that storm?
It was after the ice storm.
Like a lot or just a little bit?
It was just a little bit to my memory.
So maybe just a few days after the gathering, he told you who she was?
Yes.
Okay. Did he say it's something that had just started, or how did he explain it to you?
The way it was prompted was he asked me my opinions of her, and if that was something he should pursue. And, I was like, look, Mom just passed. If this is something you want to do, that is completely up to you. You're an adult. And I just told my opinions on that.
Did he indicate whether it's something that had just started or had been going on? Do you have any idea?
Not at that moment, no.
Did he ever clarify that?
Yes.
What is your understanding now?
A few months later, we were at the trailer he was living at. I can't remember which RV park he was at this time, but he pulled me outside, and he was like, I had this talk with Ted a little bit ago, but I wanted to have it with you. He's like, I haven't been completely honest, but Cynthia and I have been seeing each other for a few months now.
Okay. So that means even before your mother passed?
Yes.
So how is your relationship with Cynthia?
That's good.
Thank you.
Cross-examination?
I don't have any questions, Jenna.
Can the witness be excused then?
Yes.
All right, you're free to go. Don't discuss your testimony with other potential witnesses.
Thank you.
Here, and then stop and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that any testimony you give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you?
I swear.
Be seated, Bill. Now that you're seated, please state your name in full and spell your last name for the court's record.
Ted William West, W-E-S-T.
Go ahead, Counsel.
Thank you. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Okay if I call you Ted?
Very fine.
Ted, how do you know Mr. West here?
I sure do.
Okay, who is he?
He's my father.
Now you, where did you grow up?
Washougal, Washington.
So lifelong resident?
Yes.
Okay. And you go to school out there too?
Oh, yeah.
And so as far as where you live, where was the last house you lived in Washington?
Do you want address?
Just a street, a rough area is fine.
Weiss Street. I can't remember. Sorry.
Was it the...
34th Street.
Okay. And what do you currently do for a living?
I work at Wilco.
Now, I'm just going to take you back in time a little bit. Did you spend a fair amount of time with your mother when you were home?
Very much so.
You're close to your mother?
Very much.
Close to your father?
Yes.
Would you say you're closer to your mother than your father?
We had different relationships, but I was closer to my mother.
And now, in the last few years that you lived there, not just maybe 2 or 3 years, How would you describe their relationship, your mother and your father?
Troubled, off and on, good, bad,
So, kind of ups and downs?
ups and downs, yes.
Any fights?
Yes.
Like physical fights?
Never physical.
But arguments?
Yes.
And were there ever any fights about finances?
Maybe on occasion.
And I mean, how significant was that? Was that a big deal? Was that a big
It was-
subject?
No.
Did they try to hide their fights from you guys?
They did their best, yes.
Now, it wasn't just you in the house. It was you, your mom, your dad. Who else?
My sister as well.
Okay. How old is your sister compared to you?
She's 2 years younger.
And so, besides finances, what other kind of things would they fight about?
My sister.
Okay. And was that your sister doing bad things, or what? Why were they fighting about your sister?
Disagreements about parenting.
And now your dad, was he kind of a fitness guy for you growing up?
I'd say
Objection,
so.
relevance.
I'll let the answer stand. No further.
And I'm sorry, what was the answer?
Yes, he was.
How about your mother?
Growing up, yes.
Okay, how about in the later years?
Later years, not as much.
Were you aware of her exercise habits?
Yes, I was aware.
What kind of exercise did she get, if any?
A lot of walking.
Anything else?
No, not that I know of.
How about her eating habits? Were you able to observe those?
Yes.
And what kind of food did she eat?
I'd say sugary foods, keto, on and off. Yeah.
And then when you say sugar foods, you mean like cookies, that kind of thing?
Snacky foods. I couldn't tell you for sure.
Was that when you describe her primary diet? Would that be it, or what was her primary diet?
I mean, she was eating steak and other meat foods, dinner-wise, and then throughout the day it was snacky foods with. Yeah.
Any chips?
Yes.
And what would she drink typically, if you know?
Diet Pepsi.
You said that pretty quickly. Was it always Diet Pepsi?
Sometimes Diet Coca-Cola, or yeah.
Was it always Diet?
She tried, yes.
Sometimes not Diet?
Occasionally.
In a given day, would you be aware of how many cans she would have, or what did you notice in a given day?
I know she had a lot, but I couldn't give you a number.
Did she frequently have a can of Diet soda in her hand?
Frequently.
Now, how would your mother generally dress around the house?
Black leggings, pink tank top. Yeah.
How about at night, like bedtime, if you know?
About the same.
Now, I'm going to move you up a little bit to around the January 2024 timeframe, okay? And prior to that, let's just go back to, let's say, Christmas time. Do you remember Christmas of that year?
Yes.
Okay, that would have been,
Vaguely.
okay, your last Christmas with your mother, correct?
Yes.
And I understand that well. So were there other people there?
Yes, there was.
Where did you go for Christmas, if anywhere?
I can't remember for sure, but I know it was.
If you don't remember,
I don't remember.
And now you say you work at Wilco now. Were you working at Wilco then?
Not then.
What were you doing then?
I was working as a firefighter in Battlegrounds.
So you graduated from high school what year?
21.
And so this would have been about a year and a half later or something like that?
Correct.
2.5 years later, something like
Roughly.
that? Okay. And so you were a firefighter, or were you prepared?
I was preparing, going towards intern.
Okay. And so right around January, with regard to firefighting, what were you doing? January of 2024.
Still training as an EMT and doing fire classes at PCC.
Now, do you recall the day that your mother passed?
Yes.
And where were you when you found out?
I was in Battleground, and I found out that morning.
And so, where were you in Battleground?
I was at the Station 31 in Battleground when I was told.
So, using that as kind of a reference point, let's go to the day prior. Okay, this would have been January 7th. What do you recall? Let's just kind of walk you through the day a little bit. What do you recall about the morning of January 7th?
I remember hanging with my mom, making pancakes that morning, maybe watching some TV, playing cards, and massaging her back.
What do you remember about cards? What game did you play?
It's a game called Spite and Malice.
Okay. Is that a game you can pick up in the store, or is that just a family?
It's a family game with bicycle cards.
So when did you make the pancakes?
I couldn't give you time.
And was everybody around for the pancakes?
I believe it was just me and her.
Okay. Was your dad around that morning?
I can't remember. I think he was out doing something.
Okay. Out running errands or something like that?
Possibly.
Okay. So you got up, you made pancakes, and you played cards with your mom. How'd you do playing Spite and Malice that day?
I'll say I had bragging rights afterwards.
Okay. You were a big winner that day.
Yes.
And so, did you have to go to work that night?
I left at 12 that day for the volunteer station.
And so what was going to be your schedule that night? So you went there, were you going to stay overnight or just work for the day?
I was going to stay the night and then go to my second day of my internship the next day.
Okay, so you're starting the internship. So staying overnight, is that part of the internship?
Yes, it is.
So you left about noon. And did you continue to talk to your mom after that, either on the phone or by text?
By text.
And what was the nature of their conversation?
Preparation for lunch the next day. We talked about how we had a good day, and I believe we talked about what we were going to do the following day.
And do you know how long you spoke with your mother or texted with her that day?
That evening, I'd say about an hour.
Okay. What was the last message you sent, if you can recall? Or what time was that? Let's try that.
Let's say about 4 o'clock, roughly mid-afternoon.
And did you have an understanding of what was going on with her at the time?
Headache-wise?
Well, no, as far as, not physical thing, but as far as what was she engaged in, what kind of activities was she doing at that time? If you don't remember, that's okay.
I don't remember.
And so you went to work and communicated with your mother till about 4, you said, right?
Somewhere in there.
Now, going back earlier in the day, you mentioned headache just a minute ago. What do you recall about her physical condition? Did she complain of anything that day?
I remember her having a big headache that day.
You got up about what time that day?
Usually I wake up about 7 or 8. I believe that was when I woke up.
And she complained of headache. When did she start complaining of the headache?
I'd say previous day, kind of leading into the 7th.
Okay. And she still had the headache on the 8th? On the 7th, I'm sorry?
On the 7th, yes.
Okay. Had you seen her with headaches before?
Oh, multiple times.
Okay. What like in the few months before she passed, how often did she get these headaches?
I'd say about 4 times a year. I'm kind of eyeballing it.
Okay. And were they always pretty significant headaches that she complained about?
Yes.
And so this last one you say started on the 6th and lasted at 7th. Did she complain about how bad a headache was?
Yes.
What was your understanding from
Objection.
as she was
Hearsay.
as she was describing how she's feeling? How did she describe this bad headache?
Objection. Hearsay.
I remember her head, holding her head a lot, and just saying that her head was hurting, but that's all I remember.
Did she do anything because she had a headache?
Usually she'd take like a pain med, like ibuprofen.
Did you see her do that a lot?
Yes, I did.
Not just 4 times a year, but frequently?
Frequently.
Did she always complain about the headaches that she had, as far as you know?
Yes, she was open about it.
Now, and the headache, she had it on the 6th and the 7th. Did she still have it when you left?
When I left, yes.
So now, you go to work and stayed overnight there, you said, right? How did you find out about your workplace?
I wake up the next morning, I go to work, I'm talking with the guys, I see a guy passing back and forth pacing. He grabs me, he brings me back to the back room, and I see one of my dad's friends there, and he tells me that my mom had passed.
Which of your dad's friends was that?
Chris Castle.
And so, so what did you do after that?
I talked with him for a little bit, and then he drove me back to my house, where then I met with my dad.
How was your dad when you got there?
Just in tears.
I suppose you weren't feeling too good either.
No.
Okay. What time did you get to the house that day?
I'm going to say about 7,
So 7 a.m.
roughly, yes.
Okay. And was your mother still in?
Yes, she was.
Did you get a chance to say goodbye to her?
Yeah.
Okay,
I went upstairs with my dad.
what did you do?
I got on my knees and gave her a hug, and then said my goodbyes. Said that I loved her.
So you said your goodbyes. Were there other people at the house at the time?
Yes, there was.
Like how many? I don't give me a number, but little or a lot.
There was a lot, roughly 10 firefighters. At least it felt like that.
Did you know all of these guys?
I knew them all.
So you said goodbye to your mother with your father, right? Is that right?
Yes.
And you came back downstairs? What did you
Came
do?
back downstairs.
And what happened next?
We sat on the chair. I believe we talked with his firefighter friends. They comforted us, that kind of thing.
And did you don't tell me what he said, but did your father tell you what he experienced the night before with your mother? And you don't tell me what he said. Did he tell you that?
Yes.
Now, did you ever do anything for your mother to make her feel good? Would she ever request you to do something to make her feel good?
Yes.
What was that?
A lot of the time it was Diet Pepsi and a massage.
Okay. Well, we talked about the Diet Pepsi. We know about that. Tell me about the massage.
A lot of the time she'd ask who would want to be number 1, and I'd do the Diet Pepsi and massage. I'd go over and I would just do shoulders, a little bit of back and neck there.
When did you start giving massage to other people like that?
I couldn't give a specific age, but I'd say right around 10.
And so you've been doing it for years, it sounds like.
Yes.
And was it just your mother?
Everybody in the family.
Any relatives too, besides family?
Cousins, grandparents, yes.
So everybody kind of lined up for the TED massage?
Yes.
And you didn't have any training in this?
No training, all self-taught.
Self-taught. And so describe the massage you gave your mother. And let's talk about specifically the one that you gave her on the 7th. And let me back up a little bit. What time did you give her that massage?
I believe it was closer to 12, maybe 11:30.
Okay. And so kind of walk me through it. How would you start it? What parts would you touch? How did you touch them? Give us a general description of what you did.
Sounds good. Usually I would be starting at the shoulders. Sometimes I do side shoulder, sometimes back with the knuckles. And then I'd use elbow on the, valley between the neck and the shoulder. And then I'd go kind of high center neck too.
So valley between the neck and shoulder, what is that? Can you point it out on your own?
Totally. It was kind of at maybe the crest, or not the crest, but just the middle between where the shoulder and neck meets.
Okay. Can you show us on your left side so that you can see it?
Not a problem. Kind of right here.
Okay. And you would just with thumbs, how would you press them?
Kind of like this, kind of a monkey grip, and then I'd use a lot of thumb strength. And then with the elbow, kind of like this, kind of right here, here, and on the back of the neck.
When you did this, how would your mother respond?
Depending on how hard I was pressing, she would let me know if I was pressing too hard.
Were there times you pressed too hard?
Yes.
Now let's talk about the 7th, that's Sunday. Were there times you pressed too hard that day?
Yes.
And when you touch the sides, and I'm not quite getting it exactly, but kind of where the neck meets the shoulder, somewhere in that area, how far forward did you go?
I would never go past the carotid.
Okay. You know where the carotid is?
I sure did.
Would you sometimes touch the carotid?
I'd touch it, yeah.
Okay. And then when you're working on the side of the neck, you say you use your elbow just a little bit, or would you press hard? How do you do that?
I'd kind of judge it on her pain tolerance level. But over time, I kind of got used to the pressure.
Okay. And so you've given massages to lots of people for lots of years, it sounds like. How was your mother's pain tolerance for that kind of massage?
It was definitely not as high as my father's.
Okay. But was it higher than your sisters or your relatives?
Definitely higher than my sisters and relatives, yeah.
Okay. And is it something she liked you to do?
Yes.
And you say you did on the back of the neck as well. How high up would you go on that?
I'd say beneath the skull, but I don't know my anatomy very well, but it was higher. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay. And how would you touch that area?
I would never use elbow, but I'm trying to remember. Sorry. I think it was mostly thumb.
Did you ever use your knuckles in that area?
Yes.
Okay. And did she have the same high pain tolerance for that area?
I'd say pain tolerance was lower, up closer to the neck than shoulders.
Okay. More of a sensitive area?
Totally.
Okay. Now, when your mother passed and you came home, did you go right back to the fire station after that?
No.
What did you do?
I believe I took 2 weeks off.
Did you stay home the whole time?
Yes.
Let's talk about the first day. You got home about 7:30 in the morning, you say, right? And then your dad was there. You talked to your dad. What's the first thing you did after seeing your mother? You came back downstairs. Did you guys go anywhere?
Not that day. I believe it was just me, my dad, and my sister, and I think we sat on the couch, watched TV.
Was your sister home when you got home?
She was not.
Okay, where was she?
She was in Seattle in college.
Do you have any idea how she got from there to your house?
Yes, it was me, my dad, his old friend Scott, and we drove up in his truck to Seattle to pick her up.
Approximately what time did you leave to go get Megan?
I can't remember.
Do you remember where she lived?
In Seattle?
Yeah.
It was in one of the Washington Husky apartment deals.
Okay. One of those dorms named after a tree?
I believe so.
Okay. And so you go up there with your dad, and I'm sorry, who was the firefighter who drove you?
Scott Slocum.
Scott Sullivan. And how was your dad behaving on the way up?
Oh, in tears. We were all talking and crying at the same time.
Where was your dad sitting?
I believe front passenger.
So you go up there to get Megan,
Yes.
and you got Megan, your dad broke the news to her up there.
Yes.
How did that go?
Not good. I remember Megan screaming out of just pure sadness.
And so coming back, what was the scene?
Scott was driving, Dad was in front passenger, I was behind the driver, and I believe Megan was to my right.
Did your dad ever say anything to you about how he felt about your mother?
Objection, hearsay.
Sorry. The question was,
Did your
don't
mother-
answer until I have a...
Did your father ever say anything about how it made him feel about your mother passing while you were there? This is brought up with another witness here.
Are you objecting to the question?
I'm objecting to the hearsay for this question, Your Honor.
I'm asking whether or not he said it. I'm not asking what he said.
And I'm objecting to the leading man.
I'll overrule as to whether or not he said anything, to say what he said.
Yeah. Do you recall your father saying anything about how he felt about your mother passing while you were in the car?
According to, I'm sorry, can you clarify? Sorry.
I think it's a confusing question. I'm just going to strike the question. Okay? You're doing great. That's
Apologies.
No. Okay, so you come back down. What time do you get back from Seattle, if you recall?
I can't recall. Late.
Before noon?
No, I think it was later, mid-afternoon, I think.
And when you got back, who was there, if you remember?
I don't think anybody. I think it was just the four of us, and then Scott left later on.
Did anybody else come over that day?
My memory's vague. I can't remember.
Okay. Do you remember your mother coming to the house that day?
My mother.
Your grandmother, I'm sorry.
I can't remember.
When you gave the massage, how would your mother be dressed?
Depended on the day, but most of the time it was black leggings, pink tank top, and that was kind of a leisure outfit.
Okay. And were you able to tell whether or not she was wearing a bra?
Yes.
Was she wearing a bra usually when you gave her a massage, or ever?
I could feel the straps at the top.
Okay. How often would you give a massage?
Probably every day if I was home.
Okay. Well, I mean, did you feel the bra straps every time you gave her a massage?
To my memory, yes.
Did you, you know Cynthia West, or I'm sorry, Cynthia Ward is?
Yes, I do.
Who is she?
She is with my dad right now.
It's your dad's girlfriend?
Yes.
When did you first meet her?
It was the day that my father was sent to jail. I met her at a Sherry's because I knew her from my dad's birthday party on the 18th.
So it was the first time you met her, at this gathering?
Yes.
Okay. And did you know who she was at that time?
I was introduced to her at that time.
Who was she introduced to you as?
Is a firefighter that used to work at his fire station.
Did you know that she was his girlfriend at the time?
At the time, no.
And so the next time you saw her was, you say, about a month and a half later when you picked up your father, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then after picking up your father, where did you go?
I just want to clarify, it wasn't when I picked him up, it was the day he went to the funeral. Or, sorry, when he went to prison.
Okay. You say he was jailed briefly, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That day you picked him up, right? Or let's just, okay,
Sorry.
that day, where did you go after that?
So I met Cynthia at a Sherry's before I went to Eugene.
Okay. Why did you go to Eugene?
I met with my grandparents just for comfort.
Oh, to go stay with them a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And you met with Cynthia at
A Sherry's.
a Sherry's. And did you know who she was to your father at that time?
At that time, I just knew her as a friend.
Okay. Now, at some time your dad got charged with this offense. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Before that, did you know that he had a girlfriend?
No.
Okay. Was it after that you found out?
It was after he got out of
Okay.
jail.
After that, how did you find out?
It was me, my grandma, and grandpa, but we picked him up off the side of the road after he was released.
Okay.
Went to Burgerville, and he told me there.
Okay. When you first heard about, you didn't hear it from him at first, right? You did about the claim that he had a girlfriend. He was not the first person you heard that from. Is that right?
He was the first person.
Okay. And what did he you don't have to tell me what he said, but well, no. Did he tell you that he had a girlfriend?
I guess I heard it from the possibility of it from other people,
Okay.
but he confirmed it.
So there's rumors going around about him having a girlfriend.
Correct.
Okay. And did you ask him about that?
I asked him because I didn't believe it at the time.
Did he admit it?
He admitted it right there.
And have you seen Cynthia since that day?
I have.
How often?
Every day.
You living in the same place right now?
Living with it right now.
Living with your dad?
I am.
After your mother passed, she still had her personal items around the house, right?
Yes.
What happened to those, if you know?
They were spread between, or separated between me and my sister.
And do you know what happened to the rest of the stuff? If you don't, it's okay.
I
If
don't
you do,
remember.
okay. Do you recall anything about furniture getting removed from the house?
Yes, I remember.
Okay. Did you play a part in that?
I remember before everything, we had furniture being changed out, or we had carpet being changed, and we put that off to the side for that.
Okay. And the carpet being changed or cleaned?
Cleaned, my apologies.
Okay. So what was the reason for the cleaning, if you know?
Objection relevance.
Oh, for real.
I believe we had cats barfing, puking underneath the bed.
Were you aware of a time when the bedroom furniture was removed and taken away from the house?
Before or after? Before or after everything?
Well, just, did you at some point become aware that the bedroom furniture had been moved out of the house?
Yes.
Okay. And did you play any part in removing that furniture?
No.
Were you living at the house were you at the house on 34th at that time?
I was.
And what, you played no part? You don't remember the discussions or anything?
I remember people helping with getting the bed frame out of there, but I was not part of it.
When, on Sunday morning the 6th, I'm going back there for just a second, when you first saw your mother, I know she had a headache, you said that earlier. Other than that, was she happy? How was she being?
Very happy.
When you played cards with her, was she happy?
Yes.
How about when you left? Was she still that way?
When I left, she was so happy.
Your last message at 4 o'clock, did she still convey that feeling through her messages?
Very definitely.
Now you have pets at home. I know you have cats.
We used to.
Okay, how many cats did you have?
We had 2.
Okay, one yours?
Yes.
And whose was the other?
Mine was a calico. It was Mittens, and then my sister had a cat named Weedle.
And you also had a dog?
Yes.
What was the dog's name?
It was Sadie.
Is Sadie with you in your house now?
Yes.
Whose dog was Sadie?
Objection relevance.
Irrelevant.
Pardon?
What's irrelevant?
If I can just lay a little foundation on it.
Okay, I'll sustain the objection for now. I'll lay for the foundation.
Do you know where the dog slept?
In the bed.
Whose bed?
My dad and mom's bed.
Now, were you able to observe over the years where on the bed the dog slept?
Usually at the center, taking up the most room.
Was would you describe Sadie as like one of those really calm dogs that never says anything, or was she more like a barker? What did she say?
She very vocal.
And what would make her vocal?
Passing strangers on the road.
Was she protective?
Yes.
Would you say she was closer to your mom or your dad?
Objection relevance.
Neither. They close to both.
Were there ever any demonstrations of any Brazilian jiu-jitsu moves or anything like that at home?
No.
Your dad never showed you how to do one of those?
Nope.
Was there ever any talk about doing that?
No talk.
Were you ever aware of your father having any training and stuff?
Objection leading.
No training.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thanks, man.
Crawford examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ted, I have a few questions for you, okay?
Okay.
Now, you mentioned on direct examination that your mother had a multi-day headache?
Multi?
Yes.
Yes.
You were interviewed by Detective Dean Tillson and Lauren Zapata on January 25th, 2024, correct?
Correct.
You never, in the entirety of that interview, mentioned your mom having a multi-day headache.
Okay.
Yes or no?
I don't remember.
You were also interviewed by them again for a follow-up on August 14th, 2024, correct?
Correct.
And you never, during that interview, mentioned a multi-day headache for your mom. Yes or no?
I can't remember.
And then you also talked to myself and an investigator with our office in December of this year, correct?
Correct.
And you never mentioned a multi-day headache on that day either.
I can't remember.
So on the 3 times you have been asked about this case, you have never once mentioned a multi-day headache.
I can't remember.
You did not contact the medical examiners with concerns that your mom had a multi-day headache, did you?
I didn't know I was supposed to.
You provided a massage to your mom on January 8th, correct?
Correct.
And you did not provide information that you gave your mom a massage when you were interviewed on January 25th, 2024 by law enforcement.
I did talk about massage.
On January 25th, 2024, did you talk about a massage with Detective Dean Tellison?
I can't remember.
Did you talk about a massage on January 25th, 2024 with Detective Lawrence Zapata?
Can you say the date again?
On January 25th, 2024.
Okay. I can't remember.
In fact, you did not talk about the massage that you gave your mother until after the autopsy results. Is that correct? With law enforcement.
I can't remember the timeline.
Your dad, you picked up your dad and met Cynthia, and that would have been in March, correct?
Roughly.
You did not talk with law enforcement prior to that date about a massage, did you?
I can't remember.
You did not contact the ME's office at that time
I was not.
about a massage.
I was not told to.
Well, you're a grown man. You could have looked at the ME's office and called them, correct?
Correct.
So on January 8th, 2024, you gave your mom a massage. And you were later interviewed by Detective Dean Tellison and Lauren Zapata on August 14th, 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that meeting was audio and video recorded, correct?
Audio and video.
And you knew that it was audio and video recorded, correct?
I did.
And you had that meeting at Mr. Walker's office, did you not?
Yes.
You wanted Mr. Walker there and present, correct?
Yes.
And you understand that Mr. Walker is your father's lawyer, correct?
Yes.
He's not your lawyer.
Yes.
And during that meeting, when you were demonstrating the massage, Mr. Walker interjected, did he not?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor. It's also,
There's some issue I need to resolve outside the front. Close your notebook. Leave it there in the chair.
You want to stay?
You can, if you can. It's up to you.
Okay.
Oh.
the objection.
Well, Your Honor, it's, first of all, whether or not I was there, I don't know. I know they're trying to show that he's biased, I get that part. But as far as I interjected, she's not saying what the interjection is. It's not relevant. She's trying to make it look like I'm guiding him. She's got the video. She can show the video. But asking him if I interjected is a vague question. Perhaps we ought to do an offer of proof on exactly that question. But it's simply not relevant. It makes it look like I'm interfering in the investigation, and I was not.
Okay, so were you going to ask him about what he interjected, assuming he remembers it?
Yes, Your Honor. But I was only going to ask that question of did he interject?
That's all you want to ask. Did he
Yes.
interject, and you want the answer there.
Yes, and
That
then I'm not going
overruled
to.
the objection. Bring in the jury. Welcome back. I overruled the last objection for Cynthia West.
Ted, and while you were at Mr. Walker's office on August 14th, 2024, and you were demonstrating, did Mr. Walker interject?
Yes.
You mentioned on direct examination, you brought up the term carotids, correct?
Yes.
And you have EMT training, is that correct?
Yes.
And so you know pressure on the carotids is not good.
No.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Okay. You never, on January 25th, 2024, brought up anything about touching your mom's carotid arteries with Detective Dean Tellison, did you?
No.
And on January 25th, 2024, you did not tell Detective Zapata about touching your mother's carotid arteries.
No.
And when you were interviewed on August 14th, you did not mention anything about touching your mom's carotids to Detective Dean Tellison.
No.
You did not tell Detective Zapata on that date about touching your mom's carotids.
No.
And when myself and Mr. Hammond interviewed you in December of this year, you never mentioned touching your mom's carotids.
No.
And now, Ted, you gave a demonstration, correct?
I did.
Detective Dean Tellison. And you recall that that was audio and video recorded, correct?
Yes, I do recall.
And you consented to that being recorded,
I
correct?
consented.
And do you recall Detective Dean Tellison said, so Detective Dean Tellison asked you, is the thought that some of her injuries may have come from the massage, or was it the time that the massage happened? He asked you that, correct?
Do you mind clarifying?
I'll skip to the next question. You were asked by Detective Dean Tellison, do you remember how long this massage went on for, correct?
I remember him asking.
And you replied, usually 5-10 minutes, correct?
Roughly.
And that no one else was in the room when this happened, correct?
Correct.
And Detective Dean Tellison asked you about the amount of pressure you were using when he interviewed you on the 14th.
Yes.
And you said, I push harder and harder, but I always make sure I wasn't hurting the person.
Yes.
And then Detective Dean Tellison asked you a clarifying question. Had anybody that you ever given a massage to said, whoa, too much, ease back as far as pressure? He asked you that, correct?
Yes.
And you said, sure, and I'd back off, and okay, I'd be able to control that. You said that to Detective Dean Tellison on August 14th, 2020.
Do you mind saying that again?
You said, and sure, I'd back
No,
off.
this is improper impeachment for the judge. It's not refresh recollection.
And you told Detective Dean Tellison, sure, and I'd back off, and okay, I was able to control that.
Yes.
And so if you were hurting someone, you would pull back. You wouldn't just leave it there, correct?
I'd never keep pushing.
And the point of this massage was to provide your mother with comfort, correct?
Correct.
Because you loved your mom.
Yes. Very much.
You love your mom.
Very much.
And Detective Dean Tellison asked you, during this particular massage, did Marcy give any indication of either too much pressure or discomfort? Do you recall that?
I do recall.
And you said, not to my recollection.
I don't remember that.
Detective Dean Tellison asked you, did she give any feedback during this massage? And you replied, no.
Did she give feedback?
Yes.
I remember her giving feedback.
But you, when you were interviewed about this on August 14th, 2024, when asked that same question, you said, no, she did not give feedback.
Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't.
Detective Dean Tellison asked you on August 14th, 2024, do you believe that the massage injured her or caused injuries? Do you recall him asking you that?
I don't remember.
Would it refresh your memory to look at that portion of the transcript from that day?
The transcript or the audio?
The transcript.
Sure.
Ted, I'm showing you a portion of your transcript. If you could please read that and indicate whether or not it refreshes your recollection.
And you just want me to tell you if I remember this or not?
Yes.
I don't remember.
So you don't remember Detective Tellison asking you, had you ever caused Marcy any injuries during previous massages, to which you replied, never.
I remember him asking, but I don't remember answering that way.
Call him asking, have any of your massages with anybody, parents, cousins, friends, whoever, caused any injuries to anyone that they told you about? And you replied, never ever.
Maybe I answered in a way that I'd never injured anyone, and that was because I was holding back.
Would it refresh your memory to watch the audio-visual demonstration that you performed?
Sure.
Has that been marked as an exhibit? Not in the transcript. Can you mark it, please?
It's not required when you're asking somebody to refresh recollection to have the document marked as an exhibit.
I would ask
Try to have it done.
I would ask that it be marked.
Alright, now, Ted, would you be able to demonstrate the massage that you gave your mom on the CPR dummy there for us today?
Sure.
You show us exactly what you did.
Sure. You want me to come towards the jury?
That'd be great, so we can see.
Okay. Usually I'd start at the shoulders, and I'd use my thumbs, kind of pressing in with the front fingers and back. And then sometimes I'd go to the side and kind of do some circles on the side. Sometimes I'd be kind of doing circles on both sides of the spine. And this could be with fingers, knuckles, or it could be with my elbow. I would also do knuckles here at the neck. I would also do elbow here and behind the carotid here, and then I'd also do it right about here on the neck. And that was the extent of what I do every time.
And you say that that's what you would do every time?
Every time. Not in the same order, but right about there.
So your testimony today is that you would do this every time?
Every time. Sure.
Now, Ted, you would recognize the recording of your massage if you were to see it today in court.
Yes.
And you would recognize it based on your appearance and the date and where it was located?
Yes.
I'm going to just show you a brief second portion for you to make sure you can identify it, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry, count the exhibit number.
It's 185, Your Honor. Now, Ted, this is you on August 14th, 2024, correct?
Correct.
And that's Mr. Walker's office?
That is Mr. Walker's office.
And like we mentioned before, you were aware that you were being audio and video recorded.
I was aware.
You consented to that.
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, move to publish 185.
Are you moving to admit it?
Move to admit and move to publish, Your Honor.
No objection. 185 is in there. Go ahead.
All right, so video is going. Ted West is going to demonstrate the massage given to Marcy West on January 7th, I believe. Okay. So whenever you're ready, please.
Kind of the general, it's kind of hard to see from your point of view, but I would kind of press and just go in a circular motion on the back, trying to find those knots.
Oh, okay.
And then I would also take my knuckles and I would kind of go in a circular motion here. And then there's also knots that I would find kind of back of the armpit area, pressing in. Trying to find that there. And sometimes her actual arms I would kind of massage as well. Of course, there's no arms here, but that's the general idea of what I would do. Also, I believe I mentioned this, I would get here. I'm more comfortable with my right arm, having that control there, so I would do this. And sometimes I would just kind of brace myself or brace her, I guess, and I would control it that way.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And were there any other areas that you can remember from that massage that you had like touched or targeted?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. And when you were using the elbow, that was more on top of the shoulder. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I can't recollect if I did it this day, but sometimes I would kind of push in lower on the back, just maybe halfway down.
Okay.
Sometimes there would be pain there, so I would help there.
Okay.
And Ted, just to be clear, you're describing what you would generally do. This is what you recall generally doing that day, but it's not exactly a complete reenactment of what you did. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so I cannot remember exactly what I did, but that is most of the time what I would do.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Regarding that.
Okay. And the pressure with the knuckles was on the side of the neck, is that correct?
Yeah, kind of back to side here. Sometimes it would be lower.
Okay.
Kind of like that. Just
Okay.
something like that.
Perfect. Was there anything on either like the head or the back of the neck?
I didn't do it this day, but sometimes I would grab the back of the jaw, or maybe not the jaw, but behind the jaw, and I would kind of pull up, relieving some stress there.
Okay.
But it's just another technique that I've learned over time.
Awesome. I don't think I have any other questions. Do you?
No, not specifically with the mannequin, no.
Okay. Mr. Walker?
No.
Okay. So we will end the video recording. It's 9:19.
And now, Ted, you've been living with your dad and Cynthia in the excavator, correct?
Correct.
I have no more questions.
Read it.
Ted, you've been interviewed several times by Detectives Zapata and Tellison, correct?
Correct.
And you were interviewed by the prosecutor and her,
Objection leading.
overruled, by the prosecutor and her investigator, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When you first met with Detectives Zapata and Tellison, were you asked if you'd given a massage during that first meeting?
Was I asked if I gave a massage?
Right. You earlier testified, let me jump in. You earlier testified that you don't recall telling them. Do you recall being asked?
I
The first one. Sorry, counsel, let him answer the question.
I don't remember him asking. I believe I brought it up.
And during the during that first one, do you recall being asked if you had done something to her carotid artery during that first meeting?
I don't remember talking about the carotid.
Okay. Do you remember ever being asked if you had given her a massage or anything like that in my office?
Never.
And you heard me interject. I was just asking you if you had, is that what you generally did? What you showed us here today, is that a general massage that you do?
General, yes.
Is it the same every single time?
It's not the same every single time.
Do you keep a log of exactly what areas you touch each time? Do you keep a log of the areas you touch every time?
No, it would be silly.
Did I interfere with them taking a video of you voluntarily showing that massage?
No.
Now, you were asked about saying you would do it harder and harder and you wouldn't hurt, correct?
Correct.
You're not trying to hurt anybody, right?
Never.
Were there times when people would indicate, that's too hard?
Yes.
And then what would you do?
I'd let up, go about halfway back.
You're not aware if you've ever injured anybody.
I am not aware.
You're not trying to hurt people, are you?
No.
Now, the demonstration you gave in the video at my office on August 14, 2024, that was in regard to a massage you had done on January 7th of 2024, correct?
Say the last date one more time, sorry.
January 7th, your last date?
Yes.
Yes. Is your memory really clear what you did at that time?
No.
Okay. Is your memory completely clear today?
It's less clear than it was.
And has anyone ever made you aware that you caused a bruise?
No.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you, Tim.
Of course.
No, Your Honor.
Can the witness speak to you?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Can the witness speak to you?
I'm going to reserve, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you complete your testimony now, but you are subject to recall, so you can't remain in the courtroom, and you can't discuss your testimony with any other potential witness. You'll need to keep the parties advised of how to reach you today in case you need to be called back. But you're free to go at this time.
Not a problem. Thank you, Your Honor.